Hi everybody, and welcome back to StorytellerSpira's channel. Sorry we were gone for a couple days. People were dying and busy and all kinds of other fun things. You know what it's like being an adult trying to roleplay. Um, we are on episode 4 of Vampire the Masquerade New Orleans by Night, and it just so happens to actually be Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday. So
Woo!
happy Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday, whatever you call it, however you celebrate it, to everybody. Since we missed a week, our game might not be in Mardi Gras yet. We'll see what happens tonight, how quickly we finish up from the last episode. But maybe we'll get there. What's up, Elvish?
I thought we were in Mardi Gras.
No, we didn't finish the club scene, which was a
I
week.
thought that was our Mardi Gras.
I think that was like warm up. Like Mardi Gras is like a week.
Yeah, no. Okay, it was in Mardi Gras as far as Mardi Gras is like 2 weeks long. I meant I was gonna like have tonight be Fat Tuesday.
Like actual official Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
As a party that celebrates Mardi Gras.
Well, we'll try to be fast so we can get there, because that's just cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Just deal with those two technocracy mages. It's just whatever.
Because Abraham's getting a crowd of people to need to pee really bad, so that's at least a crowd of witnesses.
All right. But yeah, let's go around. How's everybody doing this lovely Fat Tuesday?
Awesome. Feeling fat, so on par.
I just had pizza for dinner, so yeah, same here.
Actually, I'm pretty sure what I've eaten today is variants of cheese.
Nice.
Like mostly exclusively variants of cheese. My diet is not healthy.
That's a classy meal. No,
like I've had Cheez-Its, I've had quesadillas, I've had string cheese, like everything I've eaten except for this beer has been a variant of cheese. And
I was gonna say, bro, cheese plates are hella fancy, so like,
right?
Yeah, good. But then you said Cheez-Its to lead it off.
You don't put Cheez-Its on your cheese plates?
I wish I could.
Just a nice little crunch on the side?
Yeah. You eat cheese.
Scoop up your free cheese with the Cheez-Its.
That's what the big Cheez-Its are for. You slice up cheese and put it on the big Cheez-Its like crackers.
There was one time Kozark took Cheez-Its and then did like string cheese in between two of them, and I just looked at him like, you madman.
I have a habit of putting spray cheese on Cheez-Its.
That's what he did.
I remember that.
I thought you said string cheese.
Yeah, I meant spray cheese, but he probably would do that too.
Cheese product.
As a quick note, Kozark as Theo and Modi as Bjorn will be missing out tonight. Based on last game, they were technically in the scene. They'd like just shown up at the party, the club. So we're going to kind of retroactively say that they're still on their way, or they had something else they decided they needed to take care of.
I was gonna say, if there were any two vampires that would have gotten bored and just walked out of this,
yeah,
those two together,
probably. I mean, Theo's a bit of a harebrained loose cannon. You don't really necessarily. He's a little bit of a Malkavian. You don't know exactly what he's gonna do, but I feel Bjorn could have been like, I got better things to do. So we will catch up with them next week. We will see what they got up to in the meantime. But for our 4 current vampires who were last seen at the party, let me give a quick little recap, because it has been about 2 weeks now since we last played. That
3
is the
vampires
Rose
and
Boulder.
1 little mage.
Huh?
3 vampires and 1 mage.
Yes. I
walk into a bar.
I was trying to open something while talking and apparently couldn't handle that. All right. So Dinah is throwing a special little gathering that she advertised as, without breaking the masquerade, asking for all supernatural lovers and walkers of the night and such and so forth to come out to this party at this club that she got the party set up at. She had one of her herd vampires, someone she's close with and usually feeds on, her band, the Callaways, led the music for the night. Dinah herself also sang beautifully. And the whole idea was to try and get these technocracy mages who seem to be on the hunt, kind of, for vampires, werewolves, whatever else. They certainly want to take domain in New Orleans because of the high level of quintessence, as far as they would call it, cairns, as far as the Guru know it, magic ley lines, so on and so forth. While at the party, Luther set up a bit of a magical item-based auction, or at least contributed to it, helped make sure it got set and rolling. Abraham had a investigator come along, someone with a good sharp eye, knows what to look for. Rebecca was keeping an eye out since she's kind of the insider and knows more about mages than these vampires do so far. And as the night progressed, they all kind of noticed two individuals that seemed a little out of place. In particular, because those who could read auras saw that they didn't have any, essentially, which was very strange. They were obviously blocking it somehow. Rebecca recognized that as something mages can do. And they also just, they were dressed in kind of like Gap, Old Navy sweaters and khakis compared to the rest of the swing and jazz club crew that were there. As the night progressed, Rebecca noticed one of the kindred that Diana was speaking to head off toward the bathrooms, and one of the two, at least they believe, technocracy mages, a big-built fellow that Rebecca also felt an impulse from his mind related to hunting and like scientific dissection, head off in the same direction as her. That is about where we left it. As I said, Theo and Bjorn had just shown up, but we're gonna say that they're still on their way. Rebecca is speaking with Abraham, trying to decide what to do. She's saying, I'm going after, I have to find out what they're gonna do. I have to hopefully maybe help this person if they're gonna try and take her or hurt her. And Abraham was discussing with her what to do next. Luther and Dinah are kind of out in the dance floor, but likely would have maybe at least seen this. Whether they know if it's a problem or, this guy's really that suspicious or not, they might not be entirely aware. So with that little catch up, let's just have a word or two from each of our players, what they're thinking. Let's start with Luther, Super Chocolate Bear, playing our Toreador. How are you feeling about this party, these freaks?
Yeah. He's kind of definitely different than Roland in the fact that he doesn't want to just like, if Roland was here, he'd be like gun ho, like, oh, those guys are the people we're after. Cool, let's go grab them. Like, no plan. Luther, on the other hand, is like, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. Like, he kind of likes just like pussyfooting around tough scenarios like this. So he's not quite sure exactly how deep he is in this scenario, because it's obviously could turn into a very bad situation that he is not capable of solving.
All right, and Zabani playing our Ventru Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham is no better in terms of tough situations. Like he can keep his cool and he doesn't have a problem with people getting hurt. He just knows that he's not the one who's going to be capable of doing it. So when he gets approached by Rebecca, oh no, we lost Elvish. When he gets approached by Rebecca saying, hey, you need to help solve this, he can't do anything. So I believe he asked Rebecca, do they want witnesses? And if they don't, which they don't, I'm going to try and send a bunch of people the direction where they're going, so that while I can't fight them, I can give them all of the witnesses, so they have to make a tough decision.
Yeah, so I am, Dinah is a little bit apprehensive, but she didn't particularly like this plan to begin with because she was the one out in the spotlight, but like it was what they had. So that's what she did, and we went with it. And then she got a message from Abraham mentally like, come now, please. And she's like, okay, so she's basically just an okay, let's do this mode. So she saw them heading to the bathroom, so that's where she's going now.
Alright, and last but not least, Hopeless Entree as Rebecca, playing our Cult of Ecstasy mage in our little vampire game.
So last session I botched like a champion botches, right?
The bet.
Which is to say twice the botch.
Yeah, you got a double botch going.
So, she went from terrified but doing the thing to she thinks she saw her avatar in the faces of the patrons and she is scared shitless.
Because at least, especially your avatar earlier, kind of poked you and said, what do you think you're gonna do about all of this? In the privacy of your home, and you totally ignored it. So now it feels like a little bit of a lash out. You kind of totally ignored your avatar and went and talked to your cat instead.
I mean, yeah,
it's fair.
It's such a subjective term.
Your avatar's not mad. It's probably more of a, a subconscious slashing back at yourself.
It's fine.
It's just disappointed. Alright, 1 second. I didn't save the picture of the jazz club I liked. Such a badass tee.
Right, I'm a bad channel artist. I have done none of the art. So.
You're both badass.
Hey. Alright. I found a picture. It'll do. I also got some NPC art, or not art, pictures, so. The people that you were talking to earlier and other ones that you might not have met just yet got some faces. Alright, so to get the night moving again, as I explained, Dinah and Luther are kind of moving around the party. They're still keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. And Rebecca, speaking with Abraham, specifically noticed this guy who she suspects is a technocracy mage heading to the bathroom after this one, probably kindred. And she starts heading that way. She botched a perception roll, began seeing the face of her avatar. For those that don't know mage very well, it's kind of like a personal god, depending on how many points you put into it. It could just be like a minor spiritual connection up to actually being able to like see and speak with a sort of entity. Usually sometimes based on actual mythology, other times it could just be personification. She began to see this avatar in the faces of those around her after, she had kind of slightly avoided speaking with it about the ongoing situation, and also felt a sudden need to protect herself out of fear. And in the dark club, she won't gain any paradox for it, but her shirt kind of quickly starts to turn into more like leather, like in a reactionary sense of needing something more solid around her. And that's where we pick up. So Rebecca.
Was she still dragging Abraham?
I believe
Like, I know
so.
he was stopping to say, you really have to pee right now, but...
Mm-hmm. He was going
still
I think he was, like, going along with you, and, like, it was just kind of a slow progression. You were moving a little faster because you wanted to not lose sight of them, but he was trying to make that,
Yeah, the intent was I was following you, then had an idea, and, like, turned perpendicular to the bathroom and started actually working at it, because that's the most effective thing I can do.
Yeah, no, at this point, especially if seeing her avatar, she will stop, just dead in her tracks, and look around the room for maybe any faces, including the other technocrat, or suspected technocrat.
The other one, the one that went after the young girl towards the bathroom, was the one with the brown hair and much more like muscular, looks like it works out. I have a picture. There we go. is a bit cut off, but anyway. Maybe I can fix that. Anyway, so that is the one you saw heading off. The other one, the one with the kind of messier blonde hair, is still at the seat he was in earlier, just watching kind of the whole room, not even focused on the direction that his friend, colleague went off in. And I will say that Dinah and Luther, since you guys have been watching the party, you will see the two people that you did think were a little weird, and well, one of them heading off towards the bathrooms, and Rebecca and Abraham also kind of making the same kind of beeline.
So everyone's gone to the bathrooms, including the suspected mages.
Just one.
Or one of them, sorry.
One of the suspected, a young girl that you might not necessarily recognize that he's following her, but you see him, you see Rebecca and Abraham kind of trailing after, and you two are wherever you were in the club. Not that you necessarily are following yet, it's up to you.
And also, yeah, Abraham is not headed directly for the bathroom. He's kind of walking around to groups of people talking to them, which you might not know what he's actually doing. He's just talking to groups of people, and then they probably tend to get moving with a quickness.
Yeah, if I saw everyone going, like, I wouldn't run, but I'd definitely, like, start making my way, cutting through the crowd and getting over to it.
Okay. Like towards Rebecca?
Yeah, towards the bathroom that everyone's heading towards.
Alright, Rebecca and Luther then, especially. Dinah, what are you feeling, thinking?
Dinah's just heading to the bathroom because she got an emergency, mental ping from Abraham, so she's trying to look out for whatever might be the threat, assuming that it's the two guys.
Then especially Rebecca, Dinah, and Luther. Abraham, you're a little focused on making sure these people are heading to the bathroom as well. You three see the young woman go into the bathroom. And let's see, Dinah, you know her name's Teresa. You got introduced from Trey, who you were speaking with earlier. So Teresa heads into the women's bathroom. There's a men's and women's doors right next to each other, and the man with a dark brown hair, who looks like he works out, kind of stops and leans against a wall near the bathroom doors, but doesn't seem to do anything just yet.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I'll just go into the bathroom then.
Okay. Also, cheers for Fat Tuesday. Now back to it. So Dinah. Got a picture for Teresa as well. There we go. Wait, wrong person. It was Nikki that went into the bathroom, because she's a Toreador and she was with Trey's group. Teresa is a Bruja who happens to also be at the party, but you didn't speak with her just yet. So Nikki goes into the bathroom. She is a Toreador friend of Trey's that you got to meet a little bit during your conversation. And as you enter the bathroom, you see that she doesn't go to a stall. She actually just goes to a sink. She seems to wash her hands and then pull out a couple, bits of makeup from her bag. She reapplies her lipstick and, checks her eyeshadow.
Okay. I'm really just there to provide an extra set of eyes, just in case anything happens.
Okay. Outside the bathroom, as the man is just kind of standing there, Rebecca, Luther, any thoughts?
Are Rebecca and Luther standing next to each other?
Luther started making his way directly towards you.
So yeah, I mean, did you like, could I see you distraught or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or
no,
looking?
she's physically, yeah.
She's physically, yeah. then, yeah, he would come up.
Yeah.
He would come up to you.
That's how I describe being distraught.
Are you all right, Rebecca?
Uh-huh.
You changed? That's quite a. Is everything all right? You sure?
Yeah, I don't think we should be here right now. I don't think that's a good idea.
Luther will look around. Is there any other familiar faces that I see near us? So also, are we playing that Theo and Bjorn did not show up? Or
yes,
that they showed up and they bounced?
Yeah, we're retroactively just saying they didn't even show up yet. They had other business they decided to attend since there was already 4 of you at the party. Are you looking for just other kindred you know?
Yeah, just, well, of our group.
Oh, of your group, you will see Abraham nearby. You see him talking to a lot of people, and as soon as he says a sentence or so to them, they seem to also kind of peel off towards the bathroom. And at this point, Dinah, you actually see a couple more young women come into the bathrooms, and they go straight for the stalls, like slightly robotically. Just kind of like that's just all they were thinking about.
Well, Rebecca, let's get you some fresh air. How about that? And he'll kind of, oh, say it.
No. She's just making sounds. I mean.
Okay. He'll put his arm around her and lead her outside.
Yep. She will try not to openly stare at the technocrat, but she's gonna look that way.
Yeah. What is the technocrat doing? Is he looking at Rebecca, or is he just sensing something in the area?
Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell Rebecca how pretty she looks.
So
I mean, she is looking pretty fabulous.
Just charming.
It's the tunic. The leather tunic really makes
the Ren Fair leather tunic. Alright, so the technocrat, when you first took a look at him, had that look of someone who is staring off blankly because they're paying attention to something else. You know when someone's listening to something, so their eyes just kind of wander off. He's not looking at anything. But then he does give a quick glance around, and he will catch Rebecca's eyes for a moment before looking away.
Cool.
That's cool. We can go into the sewers, change your face. I know some guys.
She knows some guys too. They're called her. She's that guy.
Don't try to talk down to the mage. You and your silly disciplines.
No. She is going to look away and walk a lot faster.
All right. All right. Luther, you're taking her outside, right?
Yep. Just let me know if we make it outside or something else crazy happens before we go.
No, you do make it outside. It takes, a little pushing and moving because it's a pretty packed small club, but you make your way outside and there's, a few people just outside the door smoking and laughing, bundled up because it is still early February, although New Orleans, probably not that cold. There's just like some light jackets and things like that.
Now, what? All right. Now, are you doing all right now? Can you tell me what is going on, or are we just so shooken up that we cannot talk?
No, I can talk. It's just I don't know exactly what I want my last words to be is really the problem.
Now, come on. We're just being a little bit dramatic, I think. Nothing's happening in there.
Okay, well, he looked at me, so he saw me. We saw each other just now. So that's... I don't think you understand how dangerous this is. I don't think you get that.
Now that may be true. Maybe I don't understand the full impact of what we are doing here, but I mean, don't you guys have some kind of code of ethics that you can't cast this voodoo magic around other people? I mean, it's Mardi Gras, it's Fat Tuesday. I mean, there's no way anyone's gonna, we're gonna see him. He can't do it.
Yeah, sure. They'll just wait until later and mark you until then, or do something. They'll follow you. I don't want to die, and like that's really what it's coming down to.
Exactly. That is what I'm saying. You don't need to be worried now. You'll die later. We'll all die later. It's fine.
I really appreciate what you're trying to do. Thank you. It's not working, but I appreciate it.
If it makes you feel any better, stay by my side. We'll find someone who can protect the both of us. There's so many of us and only two of them. I'm sure the building won't explode or something like that. We're fine. We're fine.
Sure. So there's only two of them right now, but they're like cockroaches, okay? If you see one, they have a whole thing. They don't just hang out alone.
Right, but right now we only see two, so there's no need to worry about all these extras coming around. And if they do, we can leave. All right, we can drive away. I have a very fast car. I'm a very good driver. We'll be just fine.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You are welcome. Now, catch your breath. Let's get ourselves back together, and then we'll go back inside and pretend like everything's all honky dory.
Nope, it's caught. I'm good. We're hunky dory.
Perfect. Then let's go back inside, and if you want, you can stand next to me while I try and sell some rarities. And he'll go back inside.
Hey, yep. Back inside, just before you re-enter, Abraham, it's been maybe about 6 minutes or so. 1 second. All right. Abraham. Been about a few minutes. About how many people you think you might have gotten?
So I don't have to get eye contact. That's my big elder thing that I can do. So I just have to touch and speak. So I think that I'm gonna try and get a little bit of a line going, because this is a women's restroom after all. That is to be expected. And kind of after I've built a little bit of a line, let it relax for a little bit, and maybe send one person and keep a little bit of a line. But I don't want to just make this big terrifying snaking thing out of the bar, because that'll draw attention.
So 5, 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Five or so deep out of the bathroom.
All right. Dinah, you're inside the bathroom right now with Nikki. She'd been the only one in there at the time. She was just reapplying makeup, washing her hands. You see 2 more people come into the women's bathroom. And then, after a third comes in, she also goes to a stall, and that's like the 3 stalls that are in the club's smaller bathroom. You hear the door kind of clunk, like someone's trying to open it, and it won't open. And for Abraham, if you're keeping an eye on that door, it looks like someone's trying to open the door, and it won't open.
Have I seen Rebecca, or not Rebecca, Dinah go in there?
Yes, you saw her. She was like the first one right after the young kindred that went in there.
Then I will send her a message asking, is everything okay in there?
One of the doors won't open.
Well, if that is the worst problem, I suppose that's not
Let
open.
me have a look-see. So I am going to look at my sheet to see if there's anything I can do besides just opening the door. Like a weirdo.
Just kick it open, cop style.
I might have to. We'll see if I actually have anything. Can I use Auspex to see if there's somebody's aura behind it? I guess?
You mean behind the door?
Maybe? Does that work that way? No?
Auspex is a little directed, so you can, like, maybe make out someone's behind the door, but it's a club. There's gonna be a lot of people on the other side of the door.
I didn't even... Half of these, I don't even know what they do. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I have, like,
we're still
5
learning.
presents. I don't know what that... Because you have to look at them for that, too. Shit. Kicking the door down it is. Actually, I'm just gonna knock on the door first. But
I have just sent you a link that tells very quickly what each of the disciplines do at each level.
you are wonderful.
I blame Spira for this. I'm using the thing that she pinned. I have that up every time now because I have so many dots and things, and I'm like, I'm never going to use this. When am I ever really going to use 3 dots and Auspex?
Me? You know what, actually, I feel like 3's not that great, but 4 is cool, because then telepathy.
Yeah, but like, how often am I really going to use 3 dots and Auspex?
No, I know, because I think that's reading the who last touched an object or something, and it's like it's good in an investigator styled game, which I add elements of, but we do a lot more than that, and it just like doesn't seem to come up that often.
Or like 5 dots and dominate. How often am I going to actively possess someone?
I don't know, how often do you want to be batshit evil?
Yeah, I ain't got any dots that are good for this, so we're just gonna knock on the damn door.
Did you want to kick the door down?
No, I'm gonna knock on it first.
Okay, I was gonna say you got dots to kick the door down.
I'll kick it.
I was gonna say you got dots to kick the door down, but alright.
Yeah, I do, but I'm gonna knock on it first. Like maybe the door's just stuck, you know.
I don't want to destroy my establishment. So Dinah goes ahead and knocks on the door.
Yeah, treat it nice.
You actually hear from the other side, it sounds like 3 different voices that are kind of like, come on, man, what's wrong? Why you want the door open? We gotta go to the bathroom.
From behind the door?
From the other side. You're inside the bathroom. You hear that when you knock.
I thought I was knocking on a stall door.
No, the door to the bathroom itself is not open.
The door to the whole bathroom is locked.
You are locked in a bathroom.
I'm locked in the bathroom. Okay, so I'm gonna try and pull the door open then.
Alright, you try just opening it normally with the handle, and it does not open. It seems very oddly jammed.
I'm gonna yank that sucker.
Give me a strength and brawl at 8.
Oh boy. Okay, alright. All right, we can do this. I got 5 dice. I might make this.
If we can swing charisma finance, I got this door.
I love when you look at your sheet like, I can tell you how much damage it'll cost.
How much this is gonna cost to fix. Got you, no problem.
Oh god!
I really want to hear a good argument. Like, I know that you won't give me one, but I really wish to hear an argument for charisma finance to break down a door.
All right, so I rolled like a 9, but I rolled 2 ones.
That's it. So it's a fail. You didn't botch. So Dinah tries really hard, tugging on this door, turning handle, pulling like foot up against the wall, even kind of just trying to get this open, and it just doesn't seem to budge. It seems like whatever caught the mechanism, or however the mechanism's locked in there, it just is not gonna like come loose, and even the door jamb like won't break off from the wood.
I want to see if I can't get these ladies all together to pull to open the door.
I love it.
I don't even have to use presence, man. I can just ask them.
So a couple of the women are still in their stalls, but they soon come out, and Nikki also is paying attention now to this strange happening where the door won't open. You're trying to yank it open, and it's not working, and she can even hear the women on the other side of the door kind of pounding on it, like, what's going on? Because they are based on Abraham's shenanigans. Really need to go to the bathroom. So they all like start gathering around, like, what's going on? Also, at this time, Rebecca and Luther, you've come into the club, and since you knew this was kind of a destination of interest, you see some people gathering outside the bathroom and looking confused. That one guy is still just standing there with his arms folded, looking uninterested.
Would it, from the distance we are, would it just look like a bunch of women gathering around the bathroom that really want to get inside?
I'm inside.
If you're paying attention, which you are, it will look weird. Like they're tugging on the handle and look confused on why they can't get inside. Like they're not just standing out there because it's so packed inside.
Rebecca,
they look annoyed and frustrated.
Do these mages take some kind of odd pleasure in messing with female bathrooms, or is something else going on over there?
Well, they take odd pleasure in a lot of things, so I can't really be that specific.
You wouldn't mind us walking over there, would you? I know. All right, we don't have to.
No. Let's go. Yeah, no.
All right, just don't look at them. Just ignore them. It's fine, and we'll walk over there.
All right, you head closer, and you do, again, more so than just seeing them, you hear these women kind of groaning and being annoyed that they can't get into the bathroom, but you could also kind of hear from inside the bathroom a little bit of confusion and people gathering. So inside with Dinah, you go ahead and try and rally the troops.
Yeah, we're gonna yank this sucker open. We're gonna Rosie the Riveter this shit.
You can do it. Get it.
Hey! That was good.
I'll let you. This is why I'm a weird storyteller, because I make up things sometimes. But I'm gonna let you essentially do the pooled action instead of me adding to it. So you've got Nikki, who agrees and is willing to help with it. One of the girls seems a little shy. She looks a little more dainty. She feels like she's not going to be able to help anyway. But another girl who's like, looks a little more tomboyish. She's got like a leather jacket on and everything. She's like, all right. So the three of you gather up in a good position to try and either kick this door out or pull it in. Gather up. That'll give you an extra 4 dots. So go ahead and roll yours with 4 extra dots. Nice.
Hey, can I roll something?
Sure, Rebecca.
Yeah, just core 1, matter 1. I want to know what's wrong with this door.
Okay.
Three successes.
Okay. If I did this correct, 1 second. You can tell that matter and prime were used to essentially blend the materials, so they were harder to, actually function. Like the door jamb basically kind of fused with the wall and the wood hardened.
Okay, yeah. She's gonna turn towards Luther before they get too close to this fucking thing. Yeah, no, he definitely sealed it up via magic. So...
So he does take some odd, cruel pleasure in stopping women from using the restroom.
I don't know. He could have done it for a variety of reasons. I'm not really asking him. I'm just telling you what I see.
By looking at him, you said that he just looks like he's staring off into space, right?
Yes, but with that look of, like, still paying attention to his surroundings. Not a specific thing, trying to, like, use all senses to just be aware of what's around him.
Well, I mean, he didn't take out a wand or nothing. He's just standing there. Is it really that easy?
Well, I mean, we streamlined it, so no more wands.
What a shame. Well, I don't know what to do. I mean, he's not hurting anybody. All he's doing is just watching, right?
I don't... If he's trying to keep people in there, then that's one way to do it.
I'm sorry, I keep on getting confused. Is Dinah inside of there or no?
Dinah was inside the bathroom.
And now I have, with the help of other women, we have pushed the door open with kind of...
Oh, wait, shit, it's open now?
I'm guessing a loud noise.
It is open?
She kind of, like, goes, thank you, and does, like, one of these.
We're gonna say that initially the girls tried another, like, pull, because that's the way the door actually goes in. It wasn't working, and they all gave a nice, like, boot stomp and finally broke where the door jamb was. Dinah also, because you realized something probably weird was going on here, not just an accidental, door being jammed up. You'll notice the actual door jamb comes off with a big chunk of wood. Not just a bit, like where it connected and where it was screwed in, but like more of the wood, like a good kind of like hunk of wood comes off. Connected to the door still.
I just want to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed our first combat. This has been good.
Why you gotta make me feel bad?
It's a door mimic, guys. That wasn't a door. That was a monster.
That was a technocrat.
Monster.
For sure.
I'm trying to ease you all into being elder characters, alright?
That was not a bash. I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. All right. Well,
honestly, I prefer if all of our combats stay this way because I won't be any fucking help when a real combat happens.
I don't
What are
want
you talking about? You can roll finances.
I mean, I could be like, "Hey guys, stop fighting," and that might actually work. Like,
all right,
like
I will say, Rebecca, Luther, Abraham, you all see this happen, and since you were all also kind of keeping an eye on Mr. Big here, you notice he looks a little surprised and takes a couple steps away, like someone who left some dynamite laying around, just wants to be away from where the explosion happened.
I see what you did there.
So last game, I texted the prince saying that I thought that we might have some of his technocrats here. Do I have any text messages from him yet or no?
He would have texted back, good, keep me in the loop, let me know if you need backup.
I'll send him. Never mind, I won't.
I mean, he told you guys, go find it for me.
For sure. Rebecca, follow me real quick. We're head to the door. I'm gonna try.
Which door? Because
the front door. The front door. I'm gonna try and line up Rebecca and I to take like a selfie and to catch the mage's face in the photo.
All right. He is beelining back to his friend, who's near the bar. So I would say that would be a good spot to like pretend you were taking a shot with the bar in the background at the cool club.
That will do it. Let's go do it. Rebecca is being dragged.
No, she will go willingly at that point. She just didn't know if you meant like, hey, let's check out this bathroom door that's been dismembered. She'd be like, I'm good.
No, we can do that later. We can check that out later.
She already checked it.
All right. So yeah. Do we need to roll or anything like that for hiding our actions, or do you need anything from us?
I would like, one second. Let me look at those sheets. Dark, busy club. Rebecca, go ahead and roll me charisma and subterfuge.
Of course.
And Luther, you don't have subterfuge or performance, so you can roll me charisma.
I both of those.
Wait.
Yeah. Are you looking at the first file I sent you or the second one?
I think I have the first one. All right, so then same thing. Charisma, subterfuge.
Okay.
3
Because I was like,
successes
I have so much of that.
While they're doing that, I would like to, after this has kind of, like, people have gotten safe, I guess, from the bathroom, because that's a big problem. I want to just text my PI and keep him in the loop. Just make sure he's, knows who he's going to be following, and when he does eventually follow them, to keep regular communications with me.
I got 6 successes.
All right, perfect. So both you and Rebecca head over to the bar. Maybe Luther, you're a little more charismatic and flamboyant about, like, we gotta, get a great picture. So go ahead and do that. I'm trying to catch these guys. Go ahead and act it out.
Oh, you want us to...
It's roleplay.
Okay.
Acting.
All right.
Sorry, what? I was responding to snarky comments in the StorytellerSpira chat.
You're fine. I just want you guys actually act out trying to take this picture.
Us going up to the bar and then getting a photo. As we walk up, you will notice my walk become like more kind of sloppy, like he's becoming more drunk.
Yeah, no. She's gonna jump in on that. She's gonna lean heavy on your shoulders.
Tammy, let's take a selfie for everyone back home, so they get it. So this Mardi Gras.
Yeah. No, my sister's gonna love this.
And he'll take out his phone and he kind of sways around a little bit and maybe even bumps into them a little bit so that they look his way, and then he'll take the photo.
Yeah, no, she's not that dedicated.
The man with the darker hair comes back to his friend, but stands against the wall and is kind of quietly speaking with him. As you're trying to head towards the bar, you'll knock shoulders with the blonde guy, who will give you a serious kind of up and down look, like trying to get a good look at who you are, but doesn't really say much. He just kind of looks a little annoyed. And so you head to the bar and drunkenly act out taking a selfie with them basically in the background.
Yep. How does it turn out? Do I need to do it again? Because I'll do it again.
You take your phone. You notice, maybe the guy with the darker hair is a little bit out of it, and the lighting's not great. So you're like, maybe you grab Rebecca and go, nah, more, and you take like a couple more. So you get like a couple good pictures, maybe angling your phone, so you got at least one good one of him and the other one.
Dope. Barkeep, can I get two shots now here, please?
I'm drinking both of them.
Yeah, you are.
Barkeep gives a solid nod. Because he knows what kind of party this can be, he knows a drunk person asking for 2 shots without exactly what they're asking just pours you some vodka, some cheap well vodka, puts it on the counter.
Perfect.
Yeah, no. Rebecca is going to take them both, hand one to Luther, drink one, and then switch glasses and drink the other.
Well, you drank my drink, Tammy. Come on now,
Tammy.
And then he'll stumble away towards the outside again, towards the front door.
Perfect. And Abraham, you were checking in with your investigator?
Yes, I was.
All right. Was he stationed inside or outside of the club?
I kind of assumed that he was in the party because I wanted to make sure he knew who the 2 people that he was following. So I figured I couldn't really describe them, like I couldn't point them out too well if he wasn't in the party.
Absolutely. So your investigator joined the party proper and even, dressed for the occasion. He's in like more casual club going clothes. You can see him acting it up, chatting with people, but still keeping an eye on everything going on around him. So you text him just for what he's seen?
I text him. I'm basically making sure he knows who he's following, knows to keep in pretty constant communication with me while when he follows them out, and to be super careful.
Okay. You'll see him pull his phone out, look at it while he's still talking with someone, act like he's just, checking his phone, and text back real quick, understood, and keeping eye out.
I want to use the thumbs up emoji, but Abraham would not ever use emojis, ever.
I like it.
Old ass man.
Does he text back KK?
My dog is older than you, Hope. And by that I mean Rebecca.
I mean both, really.
But can your dog do this? I need Theo to clap for stupid card tricks, but he's not here.
I mean, that's what he's really best at. Alright. So, Luther and Rebecca, now you've gotten a good couple pictures of these guys, or decent enough. They're in the background. You can make out their features if you needed to ask someone to track these guys based on just an image that you've got good enough. Abraham is checking in with his investigator. Dinah, you just made it out of that trap, that deadly trap in the bathroom, with a couple of the girls. The one younger, more delicate girl kind of goes running out. She wants to be away. This kind of scared her actually a little bit, almost like being trapped in an elevator. She didn't like it. And then Nikki, the kindred, and the other younger woman that was with you, kind of stand by the door, kind of laughing because it was a little bit of an adrenaline rush. Just kind of exciting to kick a door in.
Okay. I'm just gonna stick to her.
To Nikki?
Yeah. Since I think they were going after her, so.
Alright, well, Nikki. So she looks like early 30s, long brown hair, definitely dresses in a little bit more of a kind of fun gothic style, but nothing over the top, a little more just a fancy dress. She looks to you and kind of laughs. That was weird. Have you been here before? Does that normally happen? And
no, look, it took a bunch of the tunk of the door off there.
Yeah, she looks at that and shakes her head. That's weird. Something must have just... I don't even know.
It's like I got instinct glued or something. I don't know. Do you want a drink?
And she looks toward the bar. You got the right kind here?
Honey, I set this up.
Perfect. So she puts an arm around your shoulders and starts walking with you toward the bar. The two men are still there, but as you get closer, they seem to get up and start moving away. Basically heading toward the front door.
That's not my job right now. I'm gonna stay with Nikki. I wanna make sure.
God damn it, Dinah!
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Light a fire or something.
Honey, no. I'm a vampire. We don't like fires.
This isn't Izzy.
I can, I know Izzy did. Izzy was just kind of an awful person, though. Actually, she wasn't that bad. She was just a little out there. But, She will... No, she can do that thing. She will reach out to Abraham the same way he reached out to her.
At this point, we've already broken the plane, so I will listen.
Yeah, it's like they're heading to the door.
Noted. I have people on it.
I don't know if I can reach Luther that way, because I don't think he can respond.
Yeah, he can't respond, but you can reach him, but he can't respond.
Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing to Luther.
Have you ever done this to Luther before?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, we've been friends a long time. Unless you would like to react, because I can do it that way too.
No, it's just if not, he would be very taken aback.
No, she's probably talked to him before.
I'd say it's probably not the first time,
Yeah.
but maybe he's still not used to it.
It's not super common. Yeah, she usually just talks to you.
Right. So yeah, what are you telling him?
They're moving. They're going to the door. They left the bar as soon as Nikki and I came up here.
Yeah. Rebecca will just hear him say out loud, like, wait, am I outside with Rebecca yet, or are we heading outside?
You were heading outside, but before they started moving, so I'd say you're outside now, and they're heading that way.
Rebecca will just hear him say out loud, just out of habit, like, cool. He didn't know how the power works, so he just says it out loud.
What's cool?
Oh, they're heading out this way.
That's cool?
I mean, it's not. Stop. How many times are we going to have this conversation, Rebecca? It is fine.
Of course.
You will die
the
later
expert.
if you die. You're not going to die now. It's fine.
Okay.
But if you want to move away from the door, I understand.
Yeah, no, she is going to grab his arm and maybe move just a couple of steps.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, and he'll follow her.
All right, so you two move a little further from the door. About 30 seconds or so later, you see the door open and the two men step outside. The blonde one pulls out a packet of cigarettes and starts smoking, and the one with the darker hair just, again, kind of leans against the brick wall of the building with his arms folded. They don't seem to go anywhere just yet.
How close are they to Rebecca and I?
Kind of the other side of the door, 3 yards.
How nervous does Rebecca look?
She's more chill now.
Okay, even though they're like a couple feet away from her.
Like outwardly, I don't know. I should roll something, but yeah.
Abraham and Dinah, you're still inside. Dinah, you're with Nikki, just getting a drink. Abraham, you got the message back from your investigator that he's keeping an eye on things, and you even see him turn his head slightly, casually, as he sees the two leaving. What else are you focused on doing?
I am probably schmoozing at this point. Like, I am blending back into the party as best I can in case these people have spies.
Okay. You do recognize a venturer you know named Woodrow. He's got long brown hair, bit of a small goatee, just around the mouth. I don't know why I'm describing what a goatee is, but full goatee. Trying to describe things in my brains.
I have no idea what a goatee is.
Shut up.
No,
I had a long day, okay? Anyway, long brown hair, goatee. And while his picture shows him playing violin, which he does, he's not doing it right now. But he is dressed very nicely. He has like a very nice button-down shirt and trousers for the party. Looks more like he very much fits in with the jazz crowd than some of the more maybe punk and rocker types that showed up for the party too. Yeah. So you see him standing off on the side, more so just listening to the music and watching the crowd, enjoying the atmosphere than engaging in it directly.
I'll approach him.
Alright, so you go and approach Woodrow. You know that he's a little younger, more neonate, certainly not full Ancillay, but he has a slightly higher up sire, someone with like a lot of influence and money in the city, so he's basically the sort of venture that's being groomed as a mentee.
Yeah.
So Woodrow looks up, sees you coming, and nods excitedly, seeing, you know, more of a influential venture coming up to speak with him. He reaches out his hand. Abraham, I didn't exactly expect to see you here.
I figure come to some of these things every once in a while.
I suppose you have to, at least once in a while, right?
Yes. So how are you enjoying the party?
It's wonderful. The band's great, and even the DJ's been selecting good music in between their sets. How about you?
Well, it's nice. I always love Mardi Gras. Reason I stayed in New Orleans. Well,
of course. He does glance over to the bathroom where some of that conundrum was happening. Do you think is everything all right?
I guess the bathroom door just jammed.
He takes a look and he does see that giant chunk of wood sticking out of the door, but just nods along.
I mean,
I suppose so.
Crazy things do happen when you get a bunch of unique people in the same room.
He laughs, and kind of his style, he like even kind of puts his hand on his stomach. He just really makes a show of it. Absolutely. Of course. How have things been going for you, your ventures and everything?
Yes, I'm doing wonderfully. I recently made a wonderful investment in a local biotechnology firm. It's working quite nicely for me.
That sounds so exciting. What do they do?
It is, to be honest, far above my head. Some kind of protein action. I don't know actually. I read the papers. It makes sense financially.
Again, he even places a hand on his stomach and kind of gives a hearty laugh. Of course, put the money in and let them do the work.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and he seems to like stammer. You can kind of tell from one or two interactions you've had with him before that he seems like the sort that wants to brown nose, but also hates to do so, and he sometimes loses track of what he wants to say. He just kind of wants to get to know people better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about that sort of business myself either. It's very interesting, though, of course.
Oh yes, I'm fascinated by what the scientists have come up with. I'm pretty sure this company is working with something about diabetes, but I do not.
Yes, I mean that's a major problem for and he stops himself short of saying either human or kind. Just, it's a problem. You know my sire Anthony, right?
I know you've said.
No, there's a different Anthony. This is just his sire.
Do I know his sire, Anthony?
Yes, actually, you'd probably know him even better than Woodrow here. Not very close, but just as a member of the kindred in the city. Actually, he's a little more outside of New Orleans, but has some vested interests in the city, businesses and things like that, but lives a little further north in Louisiana normally.
Yes, it has been a while. How is he doing?
Oh, he's good. Of course, a lot of his ventures here in the city, the one museum for, and he like trails off as if he can't really remember. The historic slave museum, the ports, talking about all of that stuff. That's doing well. It's been gaining more foot traffic, I believe, and he's very invested in the cultural and history of the city.
I didn't know he was involved in that. It is nice. I've been there.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I believe he bought it off of somebody else or is sole investor. But yes, no, he's certainly making sure it stays up and running and healthy.
Yeah.
At this point, Dinah, you're at the bar with Nikki. You can see Abraham nearby speaking with this young kindred. You've seen him around because he actually does live in New Orleans. And you can kind of tell that the conversation's a little awkward. But Nikki stays close to your side. When she gets her bloody drink, she thanks you very much for it and takes a long sip of it and sets it down, sighing. That was weird, but I mean, I don't know who could have. Do you think there's like a Tremere here messing around with people?
Honestly, I haven't seen a Tremere here in years, so.
I know of a couple that hang around like in downtown, but yeah, I think they move in and out of the state. Like, certainly not a good place from what I've heard for those members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't help but feel it might have been either something else or we'll see. You all right there, though?
Oh, sure. I mean, it wasn't really anything crazy, just strange, but that's really nothing much for us, is it?
Not for us so far, but I wouldn't want to be caught alone with it.
True, that could have been much worse. I mean, at least I have a cell phone. I could have called a friend, police department, fire department. Is that? I guess they would be the ones with the axes, right?
I suppose so. Mm-hmm.
That seems the right choice. Have them come down here with the axes and get that door open.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It looked like there've been a couple people who've been tailing you tonight, though. Would you have any idea why?
Tailing me? Really?
It just seemed like I just happened to notice a couple of gentlemen always somehow keeping their eyes on you, and the same ones, otherwise looking disinterested. Do you have any idea?
She smiled.
Saying because I'm worried if they had something to do with the bathroom door, then you might want to be a little careful. She'll give the vague description. You seen them around?
You might be.
Oh, I guess I was muted for a second. But she says yes. She seemed to have kind of noticed them because they were dressed so plainly. Oop. For some reason, my mouse is acting up again. Anyway, so she nods about that and just, yeah, I did see them. And she now looks around the room, kind of concerned. I don't seem to see them anymore unless they went to the bathroom themselves.
Well, they might have gone, but still, I would be careful if I was you.
Back outside with Rebecca and Luther. The two are, like I said, about 3, maybe 4 yards at most away, kind of on the opposite side of the door of the club. And Rebecca, you will notice just the slightest side glance toward your direction from the guy with the dark hair.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question if I can roll something that I might really regret doing. Like hardcore, I might regret this.
You're gonna cast Fireball on him.
That's a 3rd level spell. Do you really?
Magic missile!
I was gonna say magic missile at the dark-haired guy.
I don't have magic missile, so no.
You have forces, don't you? Oh, okay then.
So, tell me what you want to do before you roll, and then we'll decide together as a group.
Absolutely. So, what I would like to do is basically mark him to make him easy to follow. Which would be Prime 2. You just like imbue a thing on him, mark something on his person, and then Correspondence 1, so that way you can maintain a connection to it.
So you mean like something he's wearing, or?
Yeah. So what exactly is he wearing? Like, what is like the least likely to have the most attention to it? So like not a coat or a shirt or his pants. How about his socks? Let's do his socks. Is he wearing socks? Is he a sock man?
He definitely has nice socks on. You can see that kind of checkered pattern of like nice dress socks. He is also wearing a watch. Those would be like the two things that stand out that aren't typically just like shirt, pants, shoes.
Yep, I'm gonna go with socks.
I love it. All right, go ahead and roll me that.
Okie doke. And would that be coincidental?
If nothing like shows, like it's not any kind of like sparkles happen, then yeah, as long as you just focus your attention on that and set the mark, I'm gonna say consequential.
And I'm gonna say if something does show, if something sparkles, you're doing something fucking wrong.
Yep. All right. So the difficulty is 3 + 2, so 5.
Mm-hmm. I just imagine like her fingers being like
4 successes.
All right. You hardcore mark those checkered socks. So you'll be able to trail him at least to wherever his wardrobe is.
Cool. I really hope he doesn't just take his socks off for no reason.
Just runs in the alley, gets fully changed, throws them in the dumpster.
You don't walk through the streets of New Orleans without shoes and socks?
I'm not Theo, so no.
When you cast something, is there any movement, or do you make like a concentrating face, like anything like that?
No.
Okay. Still trying to
No
understand
drugs?
this magic thing.
No drugs. Like, not right now.
Well, can I check out the license plate as it drives away?
Yes, you can. I'm not even gonna ask for a roll because it was a taxi that parked right in front of the club. You had a second to actually like read it and maybe even write it down or type it in your phone real quick.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to, we could just say I remember it, but I was gonna write it down, unless it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you'll just say you have it, so I don't have to even come up with a number.
Yeah.
I think this is a good spot for us to have a little bit of a break, as we tend to do. As usual, for everybody in the chat and anybody who's new to our live streams, go ahead and ask us any questions you have about the game, about the characters. Could really be anything at all. How we feel about the Sabbat, which probably won't come up in this game at all, but whatever you want to like ask us our opinions of. Also, tell us how you're doing. How is everybody tonight on a Fat Tuesday? Having some drinks, having some fun? I'm gonna run real quick, and then if I have any questions, I'll answer them.
All right, normal question. Oh, go for it.
So if you made Theo into a lawn chair,
Like, are you asking, is it a nice looking lawn chair?
I mean, it'd probably like would it be rotting? Like would bits be falling off of it?
That seems like up to storyteller discretion, because I'm sure that as a mage you can make whatever goddamn type of lawn chair you want. But he's got a flaw, so it might.
Yeah, and so if the flaw shows through, that is very, very telling for like what it means to be a vampire.
Asking the hard-hitting questions here.
Can mages beat God? Is what I'm asking here.
So really, I want to know, because like, don't make a lawn chair, just make them into a piece of wood and then leave them out in the sun. Like that's better. I want to know if it's rotting. You know?
No, it's got to be a lawn chair because that's the one that's mentioned in the book.
Could
That's
it
fair.
support somebody's weight though? Like
Yeah.
if it can't support,
it's a lawn chair.
Okay.
It just might be like a shitty, stinky, peeling lawn chair.
Yeah.
That can pull parts of itself off and make.
And also, like, you retain the ability to, for instance, like, you can still use summon as a lawn chair. Like, you don't, if you don't need your mouth, you can still be you're just a lawn chair.
Wait a second. If you turned Abraham,
could he
into a
touch
lawn
you?
chair,
Well, you still need to speak.
Not one of them. I don't have to speak.
That would be the one to use then.
It's an increased difficulty, but I can in fact dominate you without speaking, which
That's the
means
one to
that
use.
if you sat in me, I could actually get you to be like, pick me up and move me.
Yep. All right, I'll be right back.
Like it's like an increased two increased difficulty, but
Yeah, but like at that point, I mean, you need to do it because you're a fucking
it's the
lawn
only
chair.
option.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right,
Did you guys go on a week hiatus too? Because it's sounding like I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I answered.
Yes, but no. Like, we didn't intentionally go on a week hiatus. It's just our lovely storyteller, she got sick last minute and couldn't really feasibly run, so it was better to avoid the combat. And also, we didn't run anything on Friday because I very much need like everyone to show up for my first session of D&D, and like it won't fit if everyone's not there.
So to answer Pazuzu's question, does Luther really want the boon from the prince, or is he just into gambling? Because if it's into gambling, he can still raise the stakes. It is strictly for gambling. He could care less about who he gets. I mean, he would like hold it over their head and act like he cares about it, because if you don't act like you care about it, then it has no real like value. But he all he cares about is beating other people. That is it. Winning a bet is all that matters. It doesn't matter. He could have been like, there's a paperclip on the line, and he would have acted just super excited about a paperclip just to beat them.
But to also kind of address the missing a few games thing was, that's the downside of being an adult trying to do role playing on a regular basis is sometimes, work or being sick just catches up with you and you just need to take a break. We try to be as regular with our scheduling as possible, but occasionally happens. I actually I've run games while sick before, but I had a pretty bad fever, so it's like I should probably sleep. Also, as far as when's the muted emote happening, we're at affiliate, so I can only have one emote, and I like my fangs, so get us to partner, and we can have as many emotes as you want.
What do we need for partner? Is it like 30 consecutive viewers or something?
We need to do about 12 games in a month, which would mean at least streaming 3 times a week, which, we're looking toward. We just need to figure out the day, the time, what game, and who's available kind of thing, because we did it for a while. We did have Hunter Vampire and another vampire going for a little while, so that's what we need for one. One of the other things is, I think it's 75 viewers at once, which is a little more of a stretch. We can get more games going. Getting that many viewers is a little tough, but hey, we're working on it.
It might take a little bit. Yeah, it might take a little bit.
We've been at it a year. I think we have pretty awesome growth for a year. Well, we'll see where we are, a few more months, keep working at it, keep reaching out on social media, all that fun stuff. And, as we're waiting for a couple people to come back, I just, again, as usual, want to thank everybody who does come out and watch us live. Everybody watches us on YouTube and subscribes on YouTube. That's super awesome. We really appreciate the love and the fanship. Of course, our Discord link is down below if you want to join us there. We chat about not just our streaming games, but VTM, World of Darkness in general. Now that we started D&D, we're talking about that. We can talk about any role-playing game at all. Plus, whatever you feel like. We got general channels and all that fun stuff too. Link is below on Twitch and YouTube, wherever you're watching us.
How you been, Elvis? You've been kind of quiet down there. Are you drawing?
I'm drawing. A coworker of mine commissioned me to draw her and her boyfriend for Valentine's Day. Yes, and Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So I just finished actually.
Nice.
But but it's their likenesses, so I don't want to post it here, or I would show you.
That's fine.
Without their permission. But yeah, so she sent me a picture and I looked at it and drew it basically. So I just finished it.
How have I been enjoying incorporating Mage into the campaign? I am definitely enjoying it. I'm really enjoying learning more about Mage, and Hopeless Anche has been amazing at helping me learn it because she knows it a lot better than I do, and it's such a more abstract system than pretty much all the other World of Darkness games. They have more kind of straightforward powers. It's you have this power or you don't, and this is what you roll to see if you succeed or you don't. Whereas Mage is you have these spheres that say how well you can do the thing, and you can even combine them to make up kind of whatever you want to do, but then there are these other specific limitations, and then you have to roll something else to actually see how well you do. And it's just okay, I will finish taking this modern art history course and finally eventually understand how this works.
I'm sorry.
It was my choice to even offer it to you, and New Orleans has a lot of Mage stuff incorporated in the canon. I could have ignored it, but I thought it'd be really fun and a bit of a challenge to learn something and learn to do it right too. I think I'm doing okay so far. I still have a lot more to not exactly learn, but understand. It's easy to learn the basics, harder to understand your limits and like what you can do and how you can do it is how I'd put it. It's very simple to understand what the spheres are and how they work and even how to mix them, but then like just like, okay, I want to do this thing. And then you're like, well, which spheres make the most sense and what levels do I need in each of them? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
That's why seeking in the game when you want to increase your understanding of magic are super duper duper difficult, and you can fail them, and they have to be RP'd, so.
Yeah, that's like I think I'm at 50-50 so far for the things that I'm like, okay, so if I was a mage and I was gonna do this, these would be the dots necessary. And about half of the time, Hope, our resident expert, is like, yeah, that's what you do. And the other half are like, no, you need like 2 extra dots in that and 1 extra dot in that. I'm like, well, fuck me then.
Yeah, no, I think I'm about the same place. And I got that mage book, the how do you do that, which gives just like it's like 150 pages of examples of like something you might want to do as a mage, and then what you would need to do it, what spheres at least, and then like how you would roll and things like that. So I've been trying to use that as well to really get to grips. And Hopeless was also awesome, and I just gave her a bunch of disciplines, and I was like, how would a mage do these things? And that really helped me kind of go for my vampire brain.
Just if you haven't seen it, there is a cheat sheet out there that's just like 1, maybe 2 pages of like very simplified version of what each sphere is for. And that helps me when I'm like, shit, I want to do this. So that's 2 dots in matter, 1 dot in prime, and like.
Yeah, there's a table even in the M20 book that kind of really explains. It's like 1 is understanding the thing, 2 is like minor manipulation, and so on and so forth. Like up to 5 where it's like kind of total control.
Yep, it goes perception, manipulation, control, command, and mastery.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey! Did Char ask? Did he ask what we were drinking?
I did not. I waited for you guys to get back because you left and other people left, and I was like, I'll just wait for everyone to get back because it looks like you're drinking a dark beer. I want to know what
I was, but I finished it.
Turtle murder.
I love turtles, and I love murder. So
thank you
I
for
think
picking
the name
all of
should
the most fun name beers.
It should only be whispered. The way Spirit said it is the only.
Like I'm gonna let you know that's one of the criteria for me picking beer. It's like 1, is it dark? 2, have I had it? 3, does it look or sound fun? Especially
if you whisper.
That's why I bought Cup of Noodle beer. It was awful, but that's why I bought it.
Have you I'm gonna get back to the game in a second, I swear, but have you had Lunch Pale Ale? My boss got it for me like for Christmas, and the name is fitting in the aspect that there are all of the flavors, and I couldn't even define them. There were so many flavors. Like I was like, it was good. I would say it's good, but it's weird and very complicated. Yeah. I'll probably get it again, but won't rush for it. Yeah. Is how I describe it.
But right now, Char, I am drinking just whiskey Coke, and it's this whiskey that my older brother got me for Christmas. That it's all right, I guess, but like I'm not a huge. It's like Garrison Brothers, I think, whiskey. It's a local brand, but I think it's called Garrison Brothers.
Nope, you're correct. Cowboy bourbon.
That's exactly what it is. It's just that it's all right. Like if I had to get rid of it and I didn't have anything to mix it into, I could do it. I'm not invested in it. Yes, I have had Arrogant Bastard Ale. I'm super into it.
Arrogant Bastard Ale is not my favorite, and that's only because I don't like IPAs that much, and it's kind of hoppy.
Wait,
I prefer their darker stuff.
No. Because if it's Arrogant Bastard's an IPA, then I haven't had it. I'm not.
It's not an IPA. It's just a really hoppy ale.
They do have some IPAs.
What
it might be an IPA, but they have other
something bastard or like
Arrogant Bastard.
got a picture of like a gargoyle looking.
Gargoyle, yeah. Stone Brewery is great, but that's
All right.
that's just because of taste, not because it's bad.
Playing the outro music. Let's get back to the game. All right. So Rebecca, Luther, you're outside. You see the two mages take off in a cab, and Rebecca, you specifically did mark Mr. Big Boy, Mr. Big, beefy, dark-haired guy, who seemed the scarier of the two by his socks, as one does. And Abraham, you're still inside speaking with Aventru, just trying to keep an eye on the club. Dinah, you were speaking with Nikki. Unless you had any... Huh?
Who got out of the limo?
No, sorry, not limo, just the cab pulled up and the two boys left.
Oh.
Wait, they were both dudes?
Yes.
Huh. I definitely had it in my head that one of them was a chick. Because ladies' bathroom.
Dinah is talking to a
They didn't
chick,
go in.
and a chick was trapped in there with her. But
That's why I was confused that there wasn't a mage in there with them. Like,
No, the guy went and stood outside the door and just waited. He was just like listening and paying attention. Dinah and Abraham, unless you have anything more specific you want to talk to Woodrow or Nikki about, we can kind of aim to wrap this night up. Luther and Rebecca, you're still outside, and if you want to head inside or whatever you want to do.
yes. As long as I'm keeping tabs on my PI.
he would. Luther would probably just have some words for Rebecca, and that's about it. And then we could head inside, maybe.
Abraham, you'll see your PI head out kind of just behind them with enough of a trail that it didn't look like he was following them. He'll go outside, not that you'll see it, but just a little out of character, like he's gonna head down the street like he's on his cell phone and just kind of keep an eye on them.
Yep.
He will text back. He will text back.
Regular updates. All right. And I will just continue that I need to know who they are, so...
Rebecca's gonna want to talk to them, so...
Yeah, I'll make sure Rebecca's doing okay and everything's good, and then we'll go back inside. Muted.
Okay. The PI got the same license plate as Luther grabbed, sent it to Abraham, and then I was just asking if they wanted to wrap up talking to each other or go their separate ways. So, and Rebecca said she wanted to actually meet up with everyone again. The back room, again, was just set up for the auction, so it's probably quieter at this point since everybody made their bids and went back to the party. Might be one or two people lingering around, but Dinah could say, you know, sorry, the auction's closed, need space.
Yeah.
So we're all gathered around?
Yeah, you're all in the back with the auction items. You know, the shrunken head, the rare ring, and all that fun stuff.
Well, now that was quite a night, I'd say. Well, at least the beginning for one. What time is it right now?
I believe the club opened about 10 o'clock, so give about maybe an hour and a half for the band, Dinah's own singing, smoozing around, probably close to midnight. You guys still have like plenty of time for the rest of the night.
Okay.
So that was it? You guys just wanted to see a technocrat? And
I have done a couple more things. I've done a couple more things than that, but
You want to share with the class?
I have people following up on it, on them, trying to find them.
Playing your cards close, huh? All right. No,
I mean, we are engaged in a bet, yes.
I appreciate the effort, and it's just how things are gonna work out, I guess. I also have a couple of things that happened. I mean, Rebecca, it's not like this was just for killing him or anything or getting rid of him. It was just information gathering for us.
All we wanted to do is get a name for the prince.
Okay, so you guys are engaged in a bet right now? That's why you did this? Because you guys had a bet?
Did we not bring that part up?
No, no, you definitely neglected to mention that.
Could have swore somebody brought that up, but there might have been just a small bet going on.
Okay, so if I tell you where they are right now, what do I get?
I suppose a favor from the prince.
A favor from a... can she meet the prince?
I don't... I mean... The prince did not seem too concerned that I had a mage acquaintance.
Okay, so if I were to help you, you're offering me an offer from someone else, a favor from some other guy that I have no guarantee of securing a favor for?
I'm not particularly offering you, I just...
No, I got that. So, Luther, do you want to just find him right now? Because...
That sounds just delightful. Should you lead the way, or should I?
You drive fast.
He'll give a look at Dinah.
Oh, is Dinah there? I thought she was still inside with Nikki.
No, everybody's in here.
Everybody's together.
We're all together.
You're in the back of the club where the auction was going on.
Right, sorry. Thank you.
That's right.
Dinah, I'm sure you can find a ride tonight. Maybe, with our friend here, Abraham.
I want to text Theo and just be like, thank you for your help. You are extremely helpful tonight.
Dinah.
Won't you run?
I'm sorry, this is all under the assumption that I'm getting more than a favor from your prince.
Of course, we get so much more than just a favor from the prince from me. I mean, there's boundless opportunities for whatever you want.
Honey, you take us there, or you let us know where it is. I particularly, in myself, don't want to go there. I just want to say, here it is to the prince and let him deal with it. Whether he assigns us to get it or not, that's his choice. But
actually, I want to tentatively try and communicate with Rebecca, telepathically.
Okay.
I don't know if I can portray I'm asking, not telling, through just trying, but that's what I want to do.
Okay.
I know she had a mind shield up last session, but I want to say it was a success or something like that. So
yeah, no,
it's
you
not going to be hard.
Definitely had a success or two.
Give me a second. I don't even know what that roll is.
Telepathy?
Yes.
It's intelligence and subterfuge against the target's will. Now, Rebecca, is that increased because of your shield?
Her willpower is 8, so I don't want to say that it is.
I mean, if it is, I'd be happy to make it maybe a pass or fail instead of a potential botch if that happens.
That is
either he gets through or he doesn't.
Asking if that's possible.
Right.
I'm not trying to push my will on her. I'm trying to connect with some kind of willingness.
Okay.
I do believe there's something in the text that says if they are amenable, actually that might even be mage now that I'm thinking about it, but I think there's kind of if someone is amenable to it, then it's not.
Right,
If Rebecca's open to Abraham sending her a message, not reading the mind, but sending a message, then if she's generally okay with that, then I would say that doesn't even necessarily need a roll.
Sure. No. If she understands that it's sending a message, she's not.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to get anything.
Yeah.
No, then she won't resist it.
Yeah, I send you the idea. You seem stressed by the bet. I promise it was just to get him invested. In keeping our town safe.
No, she understands. She's not. It's my understanding that for vampires, you can just send a thing. It's not like.
Yeah.
So she will like sort of nod at you.
In any case, I am of half a mind to just tell the prince the location and let him deal with it.
Is that
why should we go and take out his garbage?
Well, to be fair, that is what he asked for. He didn't ask for us to do anything about it. Just to tell him where it was.
I mean, I don't. Trust me, guys, I'm not thinking about kicking down the door, guns a-blazing. All I'm saying is, unless she has some kind of GPS device where she can tell us exactly where the address is, we might have to go see where it is and see what building they're in, and then we can send a text message off to the prince. He can get everything he asked for.
And that's really kind of what it is. I don't have a map of his current location, but I do know that he's in transit in a cab. And I know where I can feel where he's going.
When you say you can feel where he's going, Luther just like gives you kind of like a weird look. He just doesn't get magic. He doesn't understand. But
she's gonna just grin at him.
Abraham, however, will give her a "this motherfucker" sort of grin, just like.
Well, okay.
Well, fine. Let's go find where he ends up. Do you know if he stops?
I will know when he does.
I suppose we're gonna have to go tail a magician who can weld doors shut. This seems like a great idea. Let's go.
Oh, so now you're resigned against it? Not before for the party?
I was gonna say my car only has 2 seats, unfortunately. So
shotgun.
Some of us might have to stay behind, and I'll meet back up with you later.
I promise I can get an Uber.
I mean, we wouldn't want to trust an Uber to go get these technocrats. Rebecca, that doesn't sound too fun.
Well, I don't understand. Why doesn't one of us just sit in the trunk? It's not like you guys have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning, right?
It's a Lotus, and the engine's in the back, and the trunk is in the front.
Okay, so there's still a trunk.
It would be half a trunk at that. It doesn't matter. Do you want to go right now, or we could get this all over with, and then we can actually get.
I mean, if you would like to go by yourself, and
I don't. But the man is going to take off his socks at some point, and that's what we're going to find. So it's better if we move quickly.
Hold on.
His socks.
His socks.
Yeah, Abraham, you don't want him taking off his socks anytime soon, do you?
That is not what I'm into, I suppose. I don't have a feet thing.
Okay, so then we should hurry.
Does really nobody have a second car?
What a shame.
You know what?
Raise her hand. She's had a car this whole fucking time.
You just wanted to ride in the Lotus.
I just wanted to ride in the Lotus.
And you definitely can. We can do that right now, and he'll reach out a hand. He'll be like, "Let's go. Let's get this."
No, chill. Hand her keys to. Can one of you drive?
I mean, I am 300 years old. I've probably done it once or twice.
I don't know. Is that a yes or a no? I'm getting just a lot of sarcasm.
I definitely know how to drive. That is not a problem.
No, just for her spare car, because she wants to ride in the Lotus still.
Can definitely afford to, can drive, and if I damage it, I promise I can replace it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she'll hand you her keys. It's a white Jeep Cherokee.
Ooh. Should have gone with the Bronco, but it's all right.
Like an older one. Nah, that's Lucky's car.
All right, let's, let's go. There's nothing holding us back. Still plenty time in the night, and I don't want to end just the whole night without a single drink in me. So if we could get going, that would be perfect.
I will, however, as they leave, like after Rebecca's out of earshot, are you a great driver? Because I'm a decent driver.
To you, Dinah.
Like
you,
2
Dinah.
dots. Dinah.
Elvish.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking. You said Rebecca.
Yes.
I'm so
No.
sorry.
I will lean over you and say, are you like how good of a driver are you?
You're a better driver than me, probably, honey.
Okay. I mean, I've got 2 dots in it.
She is going to inspect her car.
By that I mean I have 2 dots in dexterity and 0 dots in drive. So.
Oh,
Nice.
well then I'm a better driver than you. You assholes.
Please,
Whatever you drive.
I don't need to drive myself. I usually have other people do it for me.
Drive yourself.
Because the guy who, like, all of the sessions that we've played, he's had to take an Uber.
Exactly. Someone drives him.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Do I need to? I'm assuming I need to roll for how fast I'm going to drive to this location.
We'll say I want to roll not just for how fast you can do it, but how fast you can do it, knowing where cops might be and maneuvering in and out of lanes, that sort of thing. It's a whole combined roll instead of just like speeding, because you don't want to necessarily do that. But yeah, go ahead and roll Dex and Drive for me to see how quickly you can get to this location.
3 successes.
Nice. All right. And Dinah's driving Rebecca's car?
Sure.
Yep. She wants to drive or ride in the sports car, man.
I can drive if you want.
We'll say, Dinah, you can either roll Dex at difficulty 7 or just arrive at a normal time, which will be later than them.
You arrive at a normal time.
Yeah, I'm gonna count the fail kind of at like
Yes.
you just drive like normal. You get a little stuck in traffic here and there, but you're on your way.
Traffic's horrible this time of year. New Orleans too.
You're gonna be a little bit late. I'm not gonna make you too late because game, but Luther, you certainly maneuver through the city traffic. You find those like slight little like breaks in between cars in one lane that you just slip into fast enough to like get through the traffic faster than normal. City driving.
So the drivers in San Antonio that I hate.
I haven't been to San Antonio, but that's exactly how cabs deal with New York traffic, is they zip into like a space that just barely fits the cab.
Yeah, they're basically the same drivers in every city.
Yeah.
Those assholes that are like, whoa, Jesus, bro.
Yeah, no, I was in Florida and California, pretty much the same thing. It's those drivers that just, how have you not gotten in more accidents? I'm amazed. So Luther manages to get to the destination pretty quickly. Rebecca, the two of you are gonna end up outside of a hotel complex. It's one of those ones that's fewer rooms, so it's a smaller building, but it looks like it's few rooms, but they're nicer, you know what I mean? And you can actually feel this guy, since he's marked, still just walking up the stairs. That's how quickly kind of Luther was able to keep up with them. They just parked nearby, and you see him moving through the building.
So she tells me to stop, and we stop.
Yeah.
Do you? Which room is it?
She gives the appropriate room.
Well, he's not in a room yet, right?
Right? Oh, no, wait, sorry. He is moving across. We can see him, or?
Yeah, it's about 3 stories, maybe a total like 15 rooms each floor.
But is it like a motel where the stairs are on the outside and we can see him walk into his room, or is it like an indoor? We would have to.
And she can just
check.
sense. him walking.
There's balconies outside, but those are for like leaving the room to go out and stand on. Otherwise, she can tell he's inside the building, moving up into the second floor, and then like as she feels out where he's moving, she feels him heading toward a room specifically.
He's above. I don't know. We have to get closer. I don't have a layout of the hotel here. Why don't you call your prince? He can just finish this up, right? I mean, we found him. We've got the location.
Let's go to the lobby. All the lobbies in hotels have a layout of the rooms. We can see which room he is in, and then we can then we could go. Nothing past that.
Sure, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's do that real quick. And Luther will excitingly run, skip, jump out the car and run into the lobby.
Yeah, no, she is definitely walking a slower pace, but she's amused.
All right, so Luther first, but both Luther and Rebecca go into the hotel lobby. There isn't a direct layout like printed on the wall or anything, but you maybe go up to the desk and ask for it because you have a friend that's staying there. And the stewardess at the front desk hands you a little pamphlet about the hotel, and then goes back to typing on the computer, doing some paperwork. As you open it up and Rebecca looks at it, she can feel out from the direction of where you are, and knowing that there's 3 floors, that he's off in this one direction. You're a little unsure maybe, but you can tell it's like one of these maybe 3 rooms on the second floor in the west wing.
Yeah. So she'll kind of nudge Luther, and he's on the second floor. Do you want us to get closer so we can find out which one or which room?
Well, I mean, if you are offering, I would not be opposed to it.
Absolutely. If you could just walk maybe 10 paces ahead of me, that would be so polite of you.
I'll make it 20. And he'll just excitedly go and go up.
All right, so Luther and Rebecca taking the stairs to the elevator. This stuff's important, you know.
For sure.
I don't know. You're walking in front. You can pick.
An elevator would go too slow. He's definitely a stairs kind of man. He's running.
Yeah.
Muted.
God damn it. Okay, sorry. I had to press the button. Something's wrong with this mouse. It's not me. Sorry for being muted again. Luther and Rebecca take the stairs up to the second floor. Rebecca explained he's probably within one of these like 3 rooms, and she stays about 20 paces behind. So Luther, you're in that area, and Rebecca, you're just behind. That's where I'll leave you two to play it out.
So he'll kind of stop before they get too close to the rooms that she pointed out on the map, and wait for her to kind of catch up.
Yeah, no, and she's not talking at this point, so just kind of looking around, and when she kind of, like, she will just guess the one that he feels the most behind and point at that one.
And what is the number, Spira?
205.
20. All right, cool. And then he will grab her by the hand and very giggly run down, and he already has his phone in his other hand calling the prince.
Are you running like just past it, to it?
What? No, because we never walked in front of the door. She just kind of like we stopped before we got to it. So now we're going back to the lobby. He's like
Okay.
he's leaving. He wants to get out of here. And he knows Rebecca
Okay.
does too.
If he's giggling, if he's got the phone out, the second that phone goes to his ear, she is getting in there to listen because she wants to know what the hell this dude is so goddamn excited about.
Wait. So Rebecca's going up to 205?
Oh
No, she's no.
meeting with me, and I am calling the prince. We are getting out of the hotel now. We are
Okay. I'm gonna say though, as Luther grabs her hand and starts like giggling to run away, you're gonna hear a door behind you open.
Cool.
So who are you playing next?
I don't know. I mean, we're a
Dex
pirate.
athletics to run, please.
That's just a fact. You can check what door it is. You can keep giggling and running.
Just giggling and running. Not even looking back. No care in the world.
Dex
Giggles and
athletics
runs.
to run, please. I want to run. He can giggle all he wants.
So he can giggle, you can run.
Yeah.
I'm assuming like the hotel is probably also busy. It's Mardi Gras, plenty of so for sure. So people running around the hallway giggling is like normal.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. I mean, the hallways are already kind of loud. You can hear people in their hotel rooms. It's not that late. It's still just a little after midnight, maybe like 12:30. So like, yeah, no, the hotel's busy and loud and lots of drunk people having fun.
For sure.
Like, you shouldn't get a hotel in Mardi Gras if you want quiet.
If you don't want giggling vampires, don't go to Mardi Gras.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right.
You know what? Can I turn around and look? I mean, I'm still walking. I just want to look back.
Sure. Rebecca, you turn around and you see Mr. Big, brown hair dude. More like undone. Like, he looks like he took off the sweater and just has like kind of an undershirt. And again, you can see he is very built. And he has an ice bucket in his hand. And he looks like he's just leaving his room to get some ice.
Does the prince
You're a troll,
answer?
Spira.
I'm calling the prince. Is he?
What was that,
answering?
Sabani?
You're a troll.
I'm not at all. How dare you? Anyway, Luther, you were calling the prince directly or texting him?
Calling.
Calling. Okay, so you're giggling, running with your cell phone out with Rebecca. She just turns her head enough to see Mr. Big coming out of the room. And after a few rings, you actually get a female voice. Hello?
Put him on. Put him on now.
Excuse me? Who is this?
This is Luther. Put Marcel on right now, darling. Please. Please.
Hold on a second. And you hear some like moving and a little bit of like that secondary kind of chatter with someone like holding the phone against them. And after a moment, you hear, "Hello, Luther. Is everything all right?"
Marcel, yes, everything is totally fine. I found.
She is going to goddamn cover that boy's mouth.
And he's trying to fight her off. Well, yeah. I'm assuming we've gone down the stairs by now, correct? We're like out of earshot of.
I don't know,
vampires.
Spira. Are we?
I will say he was running. You weren't far from the stairs, and then by the time Marcel, that's not the right picture. By the time Marcel actually got on the phone, you would have been in the hallway running down. Rebecca, you will feel him slightly nearby, though. The door is closed, you're heading down the stairs, but he was walking to go get ice, which was down the other side of the hallway.
Yep.
What district are we in also?
Fuck. Like, I keep trying to remember them all. I'm not used to New Orleans. You're not in the quarter. or Bourbon Street or any of that sort of area that's more party central. You're
I'll say Latin district.
yeah, you're a little more north of that area where there's like hotels, but they're adjacent to where people want to be for the parties.
Marcel, I found 2 of them. We had
Shut up. 5 seconds. Just wait. 5 seconds.
Marcel. I am at.
Spira, I want us to still be walking. Are we still walking?
You're
We're
running down the stairs.
Yeah,
so
we're
the first time you tell him to shut up totally makes sense, but you're a good flight down. So unless you're worried about Mr. Big having super hearing and
totally
listening
is.
in, then yeah, you might still be a little concerned until you at least get to the first floor. But you're heading downstairs. It's one flight of stairs per story, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, no. Like if they're when they're in the lobby, she will.
Luther, you're gonna hear Marcel sigh at least once or twice as you keep getting cut off by whoever's on the line with you. And finally go, Luther, I do have company. Is there something you want to talk about?
He will look. He'll just give the meanest, just like, to Rebecca. Are you done? Yes, Marcel, I'm sorry. The package you wanted, I have 2 of them. It is at the Court Montecita up in the Latin district, room 205.
Thank you for naming it for me. I like that.
For sure.
Best kind of player.
And I'm pretty sure I am the first one to come forward with this information. I believe that means I win our little game.
Marcel is quiet for a moment, but you can tell it's more of a contemplative silence, and you can almost like hear him pacing a little bit, just a few steps here and there. And he pauses, then sort of taps the back of his heel. Well, that's certainly more than I've heard from anybody else so far.
Oh, and hold on a second. And he'll, it's modern day phones, so we can do this. He'll send him the photo of the 2. And I just sent you a photo of those, so I believe you'll able to handle the rest.
Marcel goes quiet again because he holds the phone away from his head so he can look at the pictures, but you can hear like from his breathing that he's looking at his phone. And after a moment or so, he puts the phone back up to his ear and just starts chuckling very genuinely. Well done, Luther. I was just about to ask if you had any actual evidence for me, or if you would just give me a location you picked with some fella I might not ever find again. Very, very good.
Oh, come on now. I play a lot of games, but I would never cheat at any. And as soon as you are able, I already know what I want to ask for.
All right. And actually, right now, I want to check in with Abraham and Dinah, who are traveling together. See if you had any chitter-chatter you had going on during the long drive. Sorry, I'm getting like randomly southern just because of all of you.
Chitter. I can start talking like this. Like that's easy enough for me.
Are you making fun of my weak attempt at trying to do southern? Because I've never practiced it.
Absolutely not.
It's glowing. Don't you ever let anyone.
No, I ain't say a word against your accent.
Listen, Texan boy, I want to hear it. Grew up in the north, spent like 5 total months at best in Tennessee. That's it. And with like one person
months.
who
That's
barely had an
simple.
accent. Huh?
635 months. That's.
I was trying to remember how, because it was different times. I spent like 1 month and 3 months and like 2 more months.
So then you were right the first time. Anyway, I didn't say a word about your accent.
Uh-huh. It's fine. Just keep messing with your GM.
Hey! Now the tables have turned, though. Here soon.
I know. We can threaten each other now. Anyway.
Anyway. So I think Dinah is driving?
Yes.
Was. Really not sure.
I'm just picturing like a silent drive for like 5 minutes and then it was a nice party. I mean, aside from the
I'm
background
so
thing.
into it.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping a lookout.
You would kill me if I did not.
Yeah, still.
I was actually surprised he did not show. I thought Rebecca texted him. I don't know.
I don't.
Like they're sitting there like dealing with mages and running around, and we're like, okay, this is the elevator scene. That's what's happening now.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check if you two had any,
Nope.
pertinent discussion you wanted to have. That's
No,
fine.
Very, very mundane.
That's fine.
Oh my God,
I just
it's
didn't.
beautifully awkward.
I know, but I mean, this made a great scene on its own. But I also, so I just didn't want to like steamroll over you two being in a car for a while.
So how are your dogs doing? They are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
What were your dogs' names again?
They are Mercury and Mars.
Right. Nice.
Very traditional dog names.
Mercury's the older one.
Mars is the older one.
Mars is your old
little
beagle.
Bit ironic. Yeah.
Not beagle.
And
Basset Hound.
Mercury is the 15-year-old.
Basset Hound.
Mars is the almost 200-year-old Basset Hound, and Mercury is the 15-year-old Greyhound.
Nice. That'll be easy to remember because Mercury being basically
That's
Hermes.
why he chose the name.
Got it. Perfect.
Question.
Yeah.
How are we going to know where to go?
Good question.
Because I was going to follow
I'd
Luther.
text a location when I got there.
I was going to follow Luther.
Basically, yeah, like, maybe when Luther arrived, he would have texted Dinah, or Abraham and let them know where they wound up. And you guys are still a little whiles away, because of traffic and Dinah not being any kind of an expert driver, but you're heading in the right direction. It's not too far away.
They're putting a shopping mall there. I did not know that.
Yeah, no, it's part of the new development. They're gonna... Vampires!
Awkward small talk.
God damn it. Alright, Abraham and Dinah arrive shortly after. Also, I said, thank you for watching my game. I hope you enjoy. They arrive at the hotel, about probably the time Rebecca and Luther are, like, heading out of the stairs. Just before they, like, get into the lobby area and Rebecca gets to breathe a nice sigh of relief from being further away. At this point,
we see
Luther,
them in the lobby?
you're gonna like be pulling into the parking lot, and this would be right when Luther was telling Prince Marcel what he wanted to ask for.
Yeah, oh, sorry, so right before, or, you know what, it can wait, never mind. Just at some point she is going to murmur to Luther to tell Marcy to goddamn hurry it up.
Okay.
So we're jumping back to our conversation.
Yeah, you had just told Marcel you know what you want, and he went, "Oh."
There is a girl named Rebecca, and I need you to guarantee protection for her throughout the city. If it's from technocrats, whatever she wants, she gets full protection. If she calls you with any problems, violence-wise, you help out.
That's plenty fair for such information. Can you tell me a bit more about this girl? How do I make sure I have her under protection?
I'll give you her number, and she will have your number. Don't worry, she's not going to break the masquerade. Obviously, she's close to me and some others. So just know you might get a text message or a call at some time, or if any words are coming around about this girl being a problem, you nip it right in the bud.
Well, all right, that does seem fair. So you get me her information, and I will make sure I connect with my further-reaching influences, my guards around the city, my eyes, and I'll make sure that this young lady is well protected.
Thank you, Marcel. Well, that is all I ask. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I hope to speak with you soon, especially with the festivities coming up so soon.
Of course. You know where to reach me. Well, I will. I'll catch you on the other side there, brother. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Have a good evening, Luther. And he hangs up. About that time, Abraham and Dinah, you'll walk into the lobby and see Luther basically just putting his cell phone away, and Rebecca looking maybe a little extra excitable.
No, she definitely looks confused.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have still been a bit concerned about the guy being just a floor above you.
Oh, no, she's definitely still worried. But, like, that one kind of got her to... What?
He'll look at her. What, you thought I was just gonna leave you hanging after you helped us out?
I don't... he's like... I mean, he's called the prince for a reason, right? You could have asked for anything?
Yeah, I could have asked for anything for the most part, but look, I know you were worried earlier, and that obviously was weighing very heavy on you, and if it weighs heavy on you, then it weighs heavy on all of us. So there you go. He's a very important man, and he has his fingers in a lot of pots, so he should be able to help you out in any situation you get yourself into, technocrat or kindred wise.
She's gonna peck him on the cheek.
He'll smirk and kink his arm a little bit, and we'll lead her over to who he assumes Abraham and Dinah are coming from.
Yeah.
All right, we finally made it. The traffic was horrible.
Yes, where are they?
Oh, they're in room 205, of course.
Upstairs getting ice.
Seems like they might be. Go ahead, Dinah.
Do you need us here then? You could have maybe told us.
While we were on the way.
Yeah,
Well.
no, sorry. I was just busy trying to make sure that this guy didn't speak
Oh no,
I
understand you, Rebecca. It's Luther that perhaps could have messaged us.
Yeah, we really wouldn't have found these guys if it weren't for you, so.
That's debatable, but not the point.
Turd.
Quickly as...
She definitely sped up the process. And as far as me not texting you and asking you to come, well, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but it is Mardi Gras. And we are in New Orleans. And, well, the night is still young. And I'd rather be with you guys while we go out and do our normal adventuring and things instead of us being separated. So I thought...
That is an adorable save.
You are smooth as always, sir.
Like molasses, ladies. Now, where to drink
Right.
French Quarter?
So I take it you have messaged the prince already.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to just flaunt it out there, but I might have won our bet that we had set up.
Well then, as agreed, I will buy you into your next game that you choose.
Oh,
Not next, but whichever game you choose.
of course. All my games are open for all of us. Dinah, I know you're not a favor of doing it, but anyways, what do you guys say we go out on the town?
Who says I can't play?
Perhaps leave the hotel of the evil technology.
Yeah, no, Rebecca's already walking out the lobby doors.
Yes, perhaps leave
That might be a good idea.
let the Prince's strike team come in here and do what it is he do.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't assign any of us on that. Let's just keep up.
He would not succeed if he tried.
No, God, no. Well, let's make our way then.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Dinah, but he knows what we are capable of. He would not try to put us in this.
Okay, sure.
He has other people. All right, so where is the plan? Well, go enjoy Mardi Gras.
Certainly. I'd be down for that.
Well, I know a place in the French Quarter that seems like it might be kind of lively. How's that sound?
Sure. Why not?
I need to stop and get a less rugged shirt, but otherwise...
Why did you even wear that to the party?
I didn't.
I mean, it's not exactly appropriate for leather, but it's fine. Whatever, we can get you something.
Hey, don't judge. It's always appropriate for leather.
I mean, any time of the year you want to wear whatever you want to wear, it's Mardi Gras. Why are you wearing leather? Excuse me?
It's Mardi Gras.
Do you know what time of the year it is?
And not only Mardi Gras, it's Fat Tuesday.
I mean, IRL.
It's not Fat Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday today while we're playing. It's not Fat Tuesday in the game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
See, I missed that too.
We're oddly enough gonna. I was hopefully gonna have Fat Tuesday on Fat Tuesday in game because we missed a week. It'll end up being next week, but it's fantasy, so who cares?
Or just to offer, I do have a Wii we could play at my place, but I don't. I doubt you would be conducive to that.
Oh my god, I would love to play tennis with the vampire.
Who to play tennis with a vampire?
Well, we got 5 of us though. That's one too many.
No, there's 4 of us, bro.
There's 4 of you.
The storyteller is
Oh,
God.
shoot.
She doesn't.
Damn.
I don't really exist.
Exist.
You're good.
I'm just making the worst. I don't have eyes today. All right, that's just.
It's okay. I have a giant project for work due tomorrow and it's barely done. So I'm like, fun.
You know,
anyway,
I have a test tomorrow that I have to study for that I've barely studied for. So
I know, and I'm sick. Like, but the show must go on.
I was gonna say we do this for you. Anyway, all right. It seems like you guys are wrapping up that weekend night. I'm gonna go out and party during. It is Mardi Gras, not Fat Tuesday, but Mardi Gras. The ongoing
let's
parties.
Party. That sounds fun.
Yep, there are just non-stop parties wherever you want to go. Some more serious, a little bit more celebratory and ceremonial for actual Fat Tuesday, the proper Mardi Gras celebration, as well as the frat sorority drunk till you puke kind of parties, whatever you want. You can even hop along to them back and forth. I think this is a good spot to take one last break for the game, and then we'll come back and follow up with our characters with what they're doing after this big party technocrat hunting evening. So as usual, go ahead and ask questions. Tell us how you're doing, what you're up to, any, fun things you've been doing with roleplay, World of Darkness, even video games. Just chat with us for a little bit, and we'll be back to the game in a couple minutes.
So, while we're waiting for chat to ask questions, what are we playing? What video games are we playing lately?
I just reinstalled Squad onto my computer, which I used to play a lot because I think there's been some major updates since I've played. So yeah. Also,
because I just about a month ago got a brand new gaming computer. First time that I've ever had a gaming computer. Just upgraded from console, and I'm playing on my brother's account, but I'm playing Prey, and it is a solid game. Oh my god, I love this game. It's great.
Oh, I haven't played that one.
It's like, how did he described it as being a blend of like Deus Ex Machina, BioShock, and I don't remember the third, but like it's solid. Like it's a little bit thriller horror, little bit like, you know, regular first person shooter. You can customize your. It's a good game. Like,
yeah, it looks kind of like not toned down in a bad way, but like Doom, but like more realistic side.
Yeah, decidedly more realistic. And it starts off, and some of the like the sci-fi technologies they have in this game really fucking cool. Like real and like I don't want to spoil it because you learn some of the cool technologies they have like within like 15 minutes of starting the game. So I don't want to spoil it, but it's like really fucking cool technologies.
Nice.
So super quick, I've been asked like the most important question that's probably ever been asked on this channel, which is if I could turn one of the vampires into a tennis ball and the other one into a tennis racket, which ones would be those? I'm thinking solidly like tennis racket for Theo and tennis ball for Bjorn. Like that seems like a good pair.
Why?
Well, because one is a loose cannon, so he's got to do the hitting, and then the other one is just
Honestly fucked up.
Also, with Toreador's, I set like a weakness at the beginning, and I think we would have triggered it by me winning.
Yeah.
I loved that you were super giggly. I thought that was adorable.
No, I was
sense.
super excited. Like I decided like seconds after I agreed to because I didn't know Abraham too well. I decided seconds after I agreed to it that I literally just did it to get you involved, to get another person involved in protecting my city. That's why I agreed to the freaking the bet. Because I have to. Though to be fair, we didn't actually agree on the terms of the bet, and I faked the terms of the bet right there. I was like, yeah, I'll buy you into a game, whatever. Like that's what we agreed on, which is not what we.
I was like,
on.
I don't think we. All right, I'll go.
No,
with
it's
that.
absolutely not.
We had an iffy.
We were basically like, we'll agree on the terms later on.
We had an iffy, not finalized decision for you, Luther, about your weakness. I didn't want it to be you winning because, the typical Toreador weakness is to be like, to get lost in beauty. So like you see a painting or hear a song that like kind of just like puts you semi-paralyzed. I like the idea of tweaking it that you would have to roll maybe like a self-control roll against if any time you didn't want to give in to a bet or a challenge.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like
That's
you're naturally
like,
inclined to like hear someone say, I bet you can or can't, or like, you know, first person who can do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Would be like you'd kind of have to give into it, and if you felt like you really would want to resist it as Luther, then we'll do a self-control roll.
I like.
Yeah,
that.
that's how I figured. Is the winning is not the bet. The bet itself is the.
Yeah, because the winning is going to be a gratifying thing.
Because you don't quit when you don't win. You keep going even though you lose. So the betting process itself is what excites you. The betting process. The being like, I bet I can do this.
And a bad thing is if it's something like you maybe logically know I shouldn't go along with this, but your impulse is too strong. So like if it's something really bad or dangerous, you would have to then roll a self-control to actually say, no, I'm not gonna.
Oh, she left.
She's trying to find cumin, and she keeps handing me bags of like spices that I was like, "Is this cumin?" Like that's great. No, that's just another curry powder that we bought.
Oh my god, you two are adorable.
But yeah, no. Final thing I was gonna say is I like the idea of like you have a impulse to give in to any kind of better challenge, and then if Luther feels like, oh no, that's really dangerous, or I'm not gonna get enough out of that, we'll say that like then he actually has to roll against it.
I like it. That I am totally down to lock that in as
Cool. I know we were talking about it before. I was having trouble like trying to decide like maybe you get, because the normal idea is Toridori sees a beautiful painting and gets like, but it doesn't really work that well with gambling. Like I thought like, okay, you see a great play, but like how often is that gonna happen? So I like that idea because his character was already kind of like that anyway. Like he hears about it, he's like, what? Who said we're doing what now? All right. So back at it. You guys, had a bit of a terse, slightly scary evening, especially on Rebecca's side because she knows more about technocracy mages. But everybody, it went okay. Nothing too frightening. And you decided to go out and enjoy the rest of a good Mardi Gras night about a week before Proper Fat Tuesday. Over the next few days, though, you have some more time to decide on things that you want to personally prepare for Mardi Gras upcoming. Anything else you're concerned about with now, like the Guru situation was a little more Theo and Bjorn, but if you had any thoughts on that sort of thing. First, I want to check in with Rebecca.
Hell yeah!
Alright, so Rebecca gets smashed, finds her way, sorry, if, I don't know how long I was muted. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how long I was muted, but, everybody was out partying. That's where we were. That's all I was kind of rambling for a bit. Rebecca decided she wanted to go and get smashed, because she's human, and it's no problem for her. You end up back, at your apartment, late into the evening, especially because the vampires can keep you up late, and you just maybe like pass out. But in the morning, Tuna, your cat, tell us about Tuna again real quick.
Yeah, her name is Petunia, but she goes by Tuna, or Rebecca calls her that. She's a Siamese, and she is her familiar. So a physical animal advisor / paradox eater / connection via empathy.
Yes, and for people especially familiar with mage, it's about a 3-point familiar, so able to like kind of communicate. Not talking or anything like that, but can very clearly nod or shake head almost, kind of like, and speak with Rebecca in vague patterns. So Rebecca, you pass out pretty smashed, having a good time with those vampires out in the city, and Tuna starts like nudging your cheek and mewing to try and wake you up in late morning already, like almost noon.
Yeah. No, she'll kind of groan awake and then just kind of grab Tuna just under her arm and not necessarily lay on her, but like kind of lay on her.
Are we talking more black mask or more white? Nope, I already picked a picture.
Oh, I have a picture of the cat if you want a picture of a cat.
Yeah, I found a really cute one, but if you have one, you picked.
I found a really cute one, and it's really cute.
Okay.
So I have it.
Well, DM me. I'll get it up on the screen. But in the meantime, so Tuna comes up, is nudging Rebecca awake. Rebecca starts kind of rolls kind of mostly on top of the cat, and in proper cat fashion, it starts wriggling like a wild fish. It's like, and tries to get out from underneath her and paws gently, but keeps patting at her face to wake her up.
Yeah, no, she'll finally. Yeah, what's up, Tuna?
Oh, that is a super cute kitty. There's Tuna. There we go. I love it. So, Tuna cocks her head in a manner that you recognize, meaning like, is everything okay?
We're all good, Tuna. I mean, like, maybe not, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
She kind of flares her whiskers in a way that means, I don't believe you.
It's gonna be fine. She'll just pick her up and put her under her arm and like start to get ready, but she doesn't want to talk about it.
Tuna, at that point, just gives you a nice nuzzle under your chin, kind of understanding you'll talk to her about it later. But as you walk past, like, a mirror in your apartment, just out of the corner of your eye, you kind of see your avatar with her arms, his/her, because it's androgynous, arms folded, looking at you.
Yeah, no, she'll fucking stop. Yep. And put the cat down. And say to no one in particular, because she's not going to talk to her reflection. I might be totally fucked.
You're gonna hear kind of a almost maternal sigh, just in like a slight breeze across your apartment. And then a quiet voice inside your head say, "Perhaps, what are you going to do about it?"
Well, I'll try to figure out and see if the prince or whoever or whatever is actually gotten this fucking technocrat thing under control. And I'm gonna look for those socks.
Good idea. You hear this soft, androgynous, wavering voice in your head. What were you wearing, though?
Yep, no, just hand over face. And... Fuck. Hey, let me prime one all of my clothes from last night.
Alright. So you're refreshing everything you were wearing.
I'm sorry?
So you're, like, cleansing everything you were wearing? Which I'm assuming you're still wearing?
It's been... Yeah, no, she passed out in it. She wants to see if any of it has been marked.
What exactly were you wearing?
She was wearing a shirt-turned tunic and shorts. And some flip-flops.
Any jewelry or anything else like that?
Yeah, she was wearing, like, some bangles.
Alright,
Oh, and, sorry, she's got a, one-dot wonder that is a nail that she turned into a pendant that was a gift from Theo.
Mm-hmm. Your right bangle shows sign of being marked.
Okay. She's gonna dissolve it into quintessence.
Okay. You hear a soft chuckle, almost like wind chimes, but it even sounds like it's coming from the mirror where you saw the slight reflection.
Yeah. Yep, nope. I can roll for that if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
And then as far as I know, there are 2 ways to do it. You can either use Prime 2 Matter 2, or you can just go Prime 4. But I want to do the one that costs less difficulty.
Yeah. Go with Prime, since that's what you checked with as well.
Okay. So it is vulgar. There's no way it's not vulgar.
But safe enough to, yeah.
Like, I'm assuming no witnesses?
No, you're alone in your apartment. It's only you, your cat, and your avatar.
Yeah. So vulgar, no witnesses. So 4 plus highest sphere is prime to matter 2, so difficulty 6. So 2, and she's gonna give that paradox to her cat, because she does not want that shit.
Do familiars react in any way, or is it just kind of like, burp?
I don't know. I read in a book way back that they feed off of paradox, but in a M20 book, it says that if you fill them to their max, it all explodes. So I don't super know.
That is
up to you.
I'm gonna say Tuna licks her lips as if she just had, a bit of food.
Okay.
Alright, so you find the mark on you, turn it into quintessence, take 1 paradox, but feed it to your familiar, who seems to just kind of take it in stride since it's only 1. And your avatar, again, gives just like the tiniest little twinkling of a little laugh. Well, that's 1 problem solved.
It's like half a problem. It's like a quarter of a problem. She's gonna, probably, she's gonna call Dinah.
Okay. It's, morning, though.
She is going to leave a message.
Okay. If you didn't have anything specific, we could move into, like, the next night, because I was gonna ask the others what they might be doing over the rest of the week. Let me know if there's anything else you really specifically wanted to do during the day other than your normal, like, work and keeping up with friends.
No, work, keep up with friends, maybe burn her clothes, and, like, throughout the week she is going to visit her node and stack up on Quint.
Absolutely. Okay. So, you want to speak to Dinah directly, not just leave a message?
No, she'll leave a message during the afternoon and just, or just a text message for her to get to during the evening. Just says, this is Rebecca. Let's meet up.
Okay.
With that awkward pause, please.
Yeah. No. This is Rebecca, and then there's like
she sends that text.
There's
she says,
15 minutes.
This is Rebecca.
And then let's meet up.
Let's meet up. I love it. All right. So just the rest of the afternoon, Tuna is just concerned about you, so she stops trying to, like, Paul for any information, and your avatar doesn't bother you too much more. Just occasionally you catch him/her, it, occasionally looking at you from something reflective, just as if it's keeping an eye out on you, but also trying to remind you need to make decisions. With that, Rebecca goes throughout, like, kind of the rest of her day, pretty much a little straightforward, probably, getting some food, work, that sort of thing. Evening arrives once again, and Dinah, Abraham Luther, you awake. First off, Dinah, you awake. If you go ahead and check your cell phone, you'll find the text from Rebecca and see the timestamp was earlier in the afternoon.
Yeah, she would see the message and then call Rebecca back.
Yeah, hello.
Damn it, I'm sorry. Sorry, this is Dinah. You called me earlier?
Yeah, no, hi Dinah. This is Rebecca from the party.
Yes, I know who you are, honey.
I was hoping we could maybe meet up and talk.
Well, for sure and certain, yeah, we can do that. I don't. Where would you want to meet up?
I don't know. Do you have a frequent haunt? Is that
I have an office.
Right. Okay, your office then.
Sure.
And then, like, just as an afternoon, is haunt offensive? I don't.
No, honey. No, it's not. You're all right.
All right. If you just send me the address, I'll meet you there.
Absolutely. And I'll send her the address, I guess.
Quick question because I totally forgot. The auction. Was it just, it was set up as an additional draw for the party. Was it set who got the money or where the money went?
To me.
Yes, that's right. That's why I was like, I think that's where I wanted to follow up with Luther the next
if
part of the game.
If it was my item, it would go to me. If Theo donated items, then whatever of his sold went to him.
Yes, but you were like running it, you got the money and distributed. If someone helped you attain an item, you gave them a partial bit. Okay, good.
Sure.
All right, so Rebecca and Dinah are going to be meeting up in a little bit. Luther, next evening, the proprietors of the club, in kind
They're
of...
upset about the door, right?
Huh?
They're upset about the door? I get it.
I mean... They're a little upset, but they also understand it's Mardi Gras. They heard some of the witnesses say something was wrong with it. The door got stuck. The door jamb, like, stuck in there or something like that. So it was kind of like, otherwise you probably would have had the fire department in there breaking down the door too. So they're not too upset. They just want like maybe a couple hundred to repair the door if possible. They're not even like being pushy about it. But they reach out to you and give you the final tally of the auction, what everything sold for, how much, and for each individual item, so you can even account for like who gave you what. And you made a very significant pull. Everything sold for at least what you basically expected. Maybe one item a little less, but other items like way more than you thought. So it evens out very well. The auction did great. And of course, they mention, without asking, that there are a couple, cultural societies nearby that could use a little, couple pennies in their pocket to
the heartstrings, these motherfuckers.
Plus, I mean, they care about the culture of their city, and Katrina's still not that far away.
Damn, the Katrina card. All right.
I didn't say it. They did.
No, Luther would be a fucking sweetheart about it too.
You made a fair chunk of change. Like I said, the Strong Ahead alone was worth about 200 because it was kind of like registered, certified, but someone paid like 400 for it. The ring sold incredibly high. Dagger was a little cheaper because someone was like, I don't know, you could have gotten this from any kind of fucking Wiccan shop around here. But some of the other items also did very well. So overall, yeah, like probably about a few thousand. You could throw one toward a group.
For sure. Do they want it in their name, or is it fine if we give it underneath a different name? I'll give it to a good cause.
Nice. All of it? They were not suggesting that. They were like, hey.
I'll think about it. I mean, I have like, 3 resources? What are my...
I think you have like 5? Oh, no, someone else has 5.
No, that's...
Yeah, you've got 3, but that's a good amount. So, yeah, if you just wanted to give... You got like a few thousand, so if you wanted to give up to 1, even across a couple different societies, that would probably like be one of the biggest donations they got from a single source.
No. Next time, obviously, I'm assuming they're not open at night, so next time I see Rebecca, I'll give her all of it and tell her to give it to them.
Okay, so yeah, the owners of the club like tell you about that. You maybe tell them, hey, I'm gonna reach out to someone and yeah, do some of that. They respond with absolute, grace and thank you for that. Otherwise, your night starts as usual. You wake up in your apartment above the kind of bookie, semi-gambling club that Vincent owns. What are your plans before proper Fat Tuesday or going forward after this little adventure?
I'd probably talk to Dinah and see if she is doing any shows, because she's doing any shows. Be there, and
Someone's gonna be busy.
Yeah, even if she doesn't have any shows, then I would just probably just be hanging out with her. He doesn't have anything he really needs to do. It's nothing important.
All right.
Luther's adorable, man.
Yeah.
I like Luther a lot. Dinah, did you reply yet to Rebecca, or did I jump to Luther first?
I replied to Rebecca, yeah.
Okay.
We were gonna meet up.
Yeah, all right. And then Abraham, same sort of thing. You wake up in your penthouse, it was like a penthouse townhouse?
Penthouse?
Penthouse? I don't hear you? Nope. Let me check if anything happened with Discord.
Nope.
Nope, you're in there fine.
Accidentally mute your cable. Did you unplug it? What'd you do?
Did the cat do it?
Cat did it.
Nope, still can't hear you.
Unmute your Zoom real quick. Let's see if your mic's even plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh wow, no, not even on that.
Yeah. Don't hear you there.
We were doing so.
He held up some kind of cord.
Okay, try
There
this.
we go.
Hey! But yeah,
Alright.
penthouse. It's a penthouse with a back alley access, so I can enter it without being seen.
Yep.
Hey, Parker, can you mute your Zoom?
Yeah, but your Zoom again.
Yeah.
Shh.
That was barely a technical difficulty, so I ain't even gonna count it.
I'm counting it.
Shut
Don't
up!
you?
No,
No.
Koznark is not here.
Abraham, you wake up in your penthouse, night after, maybe had a couple drinks yourself, but that goes through your system a lot faster as a vampire. You just kind of purge it. Yeah, so how are you feeling? What are your thoughts after that interesting night? What are you thinking going forward?
I am wondering what the prince is going to do with all this information, because these are apparently very dangerous people to deal with, though I don't necessarily know why, other than, I know as a fairly dangerous person. So I'm probably gonna kind of keep vague contact with the prince and ask if he needs any help or if what's going on with that. But other than that, I'm just gonna do my thing. Walk my dogs. Do fine or do stock market things.
All right. I will check back with Luther and Abraham.
Also, get back with my PI and say, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'll say, I'll give him information about the address that they are staying at, and have him keep kind of an eye on that at a surprisingly good rate.
Okay, let me mark that down.
And again, the focus being, be careful, I don't want this guy getting killed because he got too close.
Absolutely. Alright, I will check back with Luther and Abraham again in a little bit, but for right now, because Rebecca asked to meet with Dinah, and she got that message and decided to get back to her and say, yeah, let's meet. Where did you say again to meet?
Diana's
my
office?
like talent agency office thing place that. Sure.
All right, so Dinah heads over to her office about somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock, tells Rebecca to meet her there, and Rebecca heads over. Sorry, I saw muted. Dinah and Rebecca are meeting at her office between 9 and 10 o'clock. I will check if it's this mouse or me not pressing hard enough with my dainty fingers. I never had problems during New York, so I don't know.
Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, so Rebecca, you show up at the office.
Yeah.
Well, hello, darling. How are you today?
I'm alive. How are you, Dinah?
Me too, honey. Me too. Well, kind of. Halfway there.
I don't know what technically counts, so I'll take your word on it.
Moving and thinking. I'm moving and thinking. What can I do for you today?
Well, I was kind of wondering. I was hoping I could get to know you a little better.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was hopefully with aside from different circumstances from yesterday. Yeah.
Well, with less urgency, maybe we can have a conversation and not worry about dying. Yeah.
That's a nice one. That's real nice. So I wanted to know a little bit more about you too. I know you've known Theo a while, yeah?
Yeah, I have. Pretty much my whole life. Like I met him when I was a kid, and then I ran into him again when I was older. So I didn't. I heard urban legends about a zombie dog, and then I.
Oh no, honey! I grew up hearing those legends too. All right, I'm also from New Orleans, and I was a little disappointed when I learned it was just Theo. I'm not going to lie to you.
So this thing has been around for a long time? Not this thing as in Theo, but this thing as in the rumor?
Yeah, it's been around, I think, about as long as Theo has, which is quite a while. I am quite a bit younger than he is, so...
How old are you?
Oh, me? I was embraced in 1928. No, 1929. 1929 in May. Mm-hmm.
So you're like 100 years old, give or take?
About that, yeah. I'm like 106 in March.
Well, then you're as fresh as a spring chicken.
I prefer daisies, spring daisies. That's nicer.
Yeah, I don't know how much quite a bit younger than Theo counts when you're over 100, but
it counts when it's maybe a third as old as he is, I think, maybe. But yeah, I'm quite a bit younger than Theo Bjorn, I was saying. How old are you, Sugar?
I'm 20-something. I'll be 20-something else in July.
Well, I look 20-something, so I've been 20-something for 80 years, so I guess that counts.
Were you born here in New Orleans?
Yeah, no, I was born to a washerwoman, a laundress. My mother was a laundress, so I did a lot of laundry in my day.
Wait, you said the 20s, right? What
Yeah, 1929.
What was the Great Depression like as a vampire?
Oh God. Oh, honey. Well, that honestly, I was sired and I was embraced in May, and the stock market crashed in October. I had no idea the world could just crash so fast. It was crazy. I was a brand new little DNA. I had no idea what to do. I tried to keep my eyes open. I learned a lot about just what the extent of our influence was in the first place, what we could and couldn't control in a situation like that. I was still in training. It hurt to see people I knew doing so bad, though. So I tried to help where I could.
Did you keep in touch with the people you knew?
Yeah, I sure did. Not at first, mind you. Before the crash, I was kind of a conceited little shit trying to get away from their mother. I thought I'd made it big, but when you see people hurting, you have a little bit of a change of heart, and you try to help as much as you can.
What? Do you mind if I ask what you did to help?
Oh, anything I could, honestly. So the price of food went way down, but it was cheap, but there was no wages. There were more than thousands of unemployed in just New Orleans, and that doesn't count the plantations and the farms out in the fields and everything. They just kind of, even the plantation owners went under a heck of a lot of them. So really what I would try to do was just kind of help with relief efforts and pass out food. That's really all I could do.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's been, 80 years since then? I don't know, looking back on it, how do you feel about it?
Honestly, I suppose the same as anyone who would have been there. Proud of what I did get done and regretful of what I didn't. I broke into the jazz scene here. I even met a few of the greats. My sire had connections with the quickly booming recording industry, so we did a lot to try to get local artists out there.
Rebecca's gonna sit up in her chair a little bit, trying not to smile so broadly. But so if you could experience it again, would you?
Yeah. Yes. What now? Is this? Are you offering a magic thing?
I mean, like, hypothetically speaking, if someone offered for you to be able to experience it again for, like, let's say an hour or so, would you?
I surely would. Why not? Sure. Do you have to do something?
Yeah, I would have to do something. Yes. Can I help?
Should I do something? Do I need to stand in a circle or something?
Shit, do vampires do drugs? Can you do drugs?
They can get the effects if they drink the blood of someone who has it in their system.
Yeah, basically anything. Says. So yeah, so she goes, if
someone's on anything, they can feel it.
So I can, but I have to partake of someone who has, if that makes sense.
Give me a second. I wanna think about something. Okay, just
okay.
Sit right there.
I'm sitting.
You don't have to bite me, do you? Like, if I did a drug, you don't have to, like, bite me, right?
I have to... You? Okay. I have to drink from you. Yes?
Dinah, I will say that you could cut and drink. You don't have to put your teeth in.
Okay.
But the only way you can seal it with your kiss is by biting. So she would then still have just a cut. You can explain that.
Okay. I guess you could. It would work with a cut too, but then I couldn't unless I would have to bite it to heal it back up. Does that make sense?
Okay, well, okay. Do you have anything sharp?
In here, I got a letter opener. It's kind of sharp.
I don't. You're a goddamn vampire. You don't have anything sharp?
Where's my teeth, honey? He actually does do this. Like, to the teeth. Like, puts them back.
Okay, just give me the letter opener. Yeah, no, Rebecca's gonna get high if she can. Can Rebecca get high? Like, is it chill if she gets high real quick?
I mean, absolutely.
Shrooms, baby.
God damn it. Okay. Sorry. I'm pressing the fucking button. Anyway, Rebecca takes some magic pizza toppings, which is a phrase I got from a friend. She waits about the appropriate time she knows will be about when they start to set in, but like she can still like function fully to help Dinah with this process.
Okay. So, at some point, she is going to try and tear into her arm or leg with the letter opener. I'm not saying it's gonna work, and I'm not saying I even want to roll to try and make it work.
Letter openers, good letter openers are actually kind of sharp.
Yeah, like, this is actually pretty sharp. Like, I've cut myself on this by accident before.
No,
like, this is actually just
I will tell you just in a knowledge of physiology that I've looked into for writing. I've actually read articles about hurting and stabbing and things like that to make writing more realistic. A decently sharp letter opener by like the ankle would be perfect. Yeah. It's like there's enough leeway in that area, not much muscle. You could get a bit of blood, but also won't be like a artery like in the wrist.
Yep. All right. Works for me. Works for Rebecca.
Let me drink it out of your ankle. That's fucking weird.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
Rebecca was the one that was like, I don't want you bleeding all over the place. Or her. She's the one that's doing it. So yeah, she does it right by the ankle. That'll bleed a bit, but not be too much.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Upper calf will work too. Upper calf will give you.
No. As far away from the foot, man. Like if she can get like near the knee at least.
All right. I will tell you also, upper calf, you're going to have to cut a little deeper, so it will hurt Rebecca a little more physically, but I think she can probably heal pretty okay. So you'll have to do a slightly deep incision, but it'll give her at least a few sips, which should be enough to get her at least a small trip.
Yep.
So Dinah goes ahead and drinks from the small cut Rebecca makes in her upper.
Just this awkward, like.
I'm just trying to give you.
This leg goes.
And she just props it up on Dinah's table and is like, buffet.
What the fuck? Okay.
Upper not thigh, calf is a good spot to cut yourself. That will heal pretty okay.
Yeah, no. She's gonna say, hey, I'm really sorry in advance. I'm gonna cut into my knee. Don't tell Theo.
I ain't gonna say a damn thing, honey.
Yeah, and then she'll do that thing.
All right, sure.
Hey, so casting a thing. Time to mind 3. Life 1, matter 1.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to read into Rebecca's past and then share that with her. And it's disguised as a drug trip.
Well, she's having the trip as well.
Yeah, no. She is seeing it and she's sharing it with Dinah so Dinah can see it too.
Okay. Go ahead then. If you, obviously you would wait a little bit. You'll feel the drug affecting you, but you've also taken it before, so you have a little more control and understanding when you're under it. Dinah, she only took a small bit of blood, so what'll happen is it won't last especially long for her, but it'll last at least as long as you want for this connection and event to work. So as soon as you see her showing the relaxed signs that you recognize, you can go ahead and then cast that and then read what you get, which Dinah might need to give you.
Yeah. And so, assuming it's coincidental?
Yes, because you did drugs, and that's how you explained it all to her.
Yes. So base
Do drugs, kids.
3.
You can do magic.
They're called magic mushrooms.
No. We want money from YouTube.
I was obviously kidding.
I was just joking.
It's just awkward having a drink from people's knees. That's just weird.
A little bit, but I mean, welcome to World of Darkness.
So base 3, highest sphere is also 3.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend 2 quint to make that difficulty 4.
Okay.
Because I really want this to work. Like, I didn't have her cut her knee open for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's really good that I spent that fucking quint because I got 2 successes total.
There you go. Alright, not bad though. I think this will have to be like a combo, like I said, kind of thing between Dinah and Rebecca dealing with the story that you see.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dinah, why don't you explain what your past is like?
Rebecca, real quick, tell her kind of the detail and like that you would get from that much.
Yeah.
A vague sense, anyway.
So during the high, I have never taken mushrooms, so I cannot describe to you what that's like. But at some point, you do feel
Lisa Frank. Everything is Lisa Frank. I haven't taken them, but I've been around enough people who told me what it was like, and it's like slightly dark version of Lisa Frank. The last like
I'm gonna say hope.
The last couple of people I hung out with on mushrooms were like, told me later that my face exploded into a skull, but then it vomited rainbows. I was like, cool.
I'm gonna say hope though. Like 100%, if you're playing a drug mage, you should probably do a little bit of research.
Yeah, let's encourage people to do illegal activities.
I like that we're calling it research. You just need to go out there and just do some research.
I'm talking about like YouTube descriptions, not actually doing the drugs, but you know what?
That's absolutely fair. And like, I have read as much as like, it is a hallucinogen. This is what that happens.
Yeah. Alright, okay, yeah, no, I will just say I probably know as much as it's like, yeah, Arrowwit is actually a great resource, but I also know as much as you can know about taking hallucinogens without taking them because of how many people I grew up taking them. I don't know why South Jersey is full of hallucinogenic heads, freaks, lovers, whatever you want to call them, but I grew up with a fuck ton of them, so, like, I have secondhand experience a lot. But yeah, kind of weird Lisa Frank. Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of depth, it's not going to be super duper much, like
one scene?
Yeah, like a scene. It would have been more clear for me than it would have been for you. So basically that number of successes makes it easier for me to read things, but it's harder for me to share things. So I don't know if you want to do that or if you want to just do like a scene. It's just however you want to do it.
That's fine. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna have to do a generic one. No, I'll do something specific because it'll further the story. So, I guess you see like kind of a smaller room. The windows are open. It's like in the summer in Louisiana, so the windows are open, but there's not really a breeze. It's just kind of muggy and gross. But you see Dinah and another woman sitting on a piano bench playing the piano. And they don't seem particularly to care that it's so gross and hot. Actually, neither of them are sweating, so it's fairly easy to assume that they're both kindred at this point. But they're just sitting and kind of playing this nice little jazz song, and Dinah's kind of humming the words, but she doesn't like know it really yet. And it sounds kind of familiar if you've ever heard the song La Vie en Rose. That's what it is. It's like da 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 da, that song. And like Dinah like looks up and looks over to the other lady. And it's like, what's this little ditty called, Rachel? And the other woman, Rachel, like looks at her and says, oh, it's La Vie en Rose. And you can tell that kind of Dinah's a little bit besotted with this other woman, but the other woman doesn't necessarily seem to notice and is more enthralled in this song. And but Dinah's like, that's a real lovely tune. I'll have to learn the words. And Rachel looks at her and is like, I was hoping you would say that. Your voice could put angels to shame. And Dinah just kind of laughs and goes, well, thank you. I miss singing for the shepherds at little baby Jesus' birth, and I've been trying to make up for it ever since. And which she just really, and then Rachel laughs, and Dinah kind of looks like if she could have blushed, she would have. Like, she really likes hearing Rachel laugh. And then the vision just kind of fades from there.
All right. Yeah. When they fade back, Rebecca is smiling kind of openly at Dinah, just still kind of abuzz with drugs, and also clutching her, I assume now not bleeding leg. You kind of took care of the bleeding part, so I'm guessing it's clotted. But she is otherwise silenced, kind of more reading Dinah's current expression.
Dinah, she's a little hazy because of the drugs, but she looks almost a little sad.
So who's Rachel?
That was my sire.
Is she not around anymore?
She died a couple of decades ago.
I'm really sorry. I assume you guys were close?
Yeah. No, yeah. We were good friends. she really kind of found me in the dirt and stopped me from making a fool out of myself.
You guys were together the whole time? Just a happy pair?
Look, she didn't feel the same about me as I did for her. All right, there. This is a little personal, all right?
No, that's fair. I mean, it's not exactly like it's a map for me, but
I'm not blaming you, honey.
And that's not what I meant when I said pair. I just meant you guys worked and existed around each other.
Yeah, for decades we were really close. And then she turned up not around anymore. So, but that was a long time ago.
Can I ask what happened?
I don't know. She I'm not entirely certain. No, you helped us, sure. So the previous prince of the city was a friend of hers, and they agreed on a lot of things, in particular trying to set up something where kindred and kind could live together. And others didn't particularly like that. And they both turned up dead. So, draw your own conclusions there. I don't know who did it. I don't know what happened, but...
I'm really sorry, Dime.
Thanks. Thank you.
I know I said I wanted to get to know you a little better. This is really personal. I'm sorry for, I guess, walking in on it.
Just don't spread it around, alright, hon?
Why would I do that?
It's not you. I don't think it would be malicious. I just, sometimes it's better to just go out and say whether or not I want something said. Thank you, though. It was good to see her again.
You know how yesterday we found the technocrat man in his hotel room?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you it was, I was following his socks.
Yeah, I don't... How did you do that?
Magic. I can do magic. I thought that was...
Thank you. Thank you for that very clever description.
You're welcome. Really, what I'm trying to say is that they did it back to me. And
do you need a place to stay?
I don't know, but I should really see if they did it back to anyone else. Do you have your clothes from yesterday?
Yes. But they're at my house.
Okay, well, I need to talk to everyone else about their clothes, so you have time to get them together if you want me to check them.
Certainly. I can just drive us there.
That's fine.
Alright. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't drive.
You have like a Band-Aid?
Sure you don't want me to disclose that for you?
What does that entail?
Does Rebecca want to check with Luther and Abraham? Same thing, kind of like, we should check what you were wearing the other day.
Yeah, she's going to text him as soon as they get in the car. She's just asking for a Band-Aid first, because, you know.
Cool! Fucking damn it, this fucking button.
I was wondering why it was so aggressive, and then suddenly explanation.
I'm clicking it like twice, and I don't see the green bar go, so I'm like, it's not working, and it's like 3 times at this point. We have had this mouse for a while, so I think we might just go get a new one. Anyway,
hey,
yeah.
Dinah!
Won't you blow your horn?
What does that entail? Sorry.
Do I have to bite her, or can I just, like, you know, one of these?
No, that's what you did already.
Did I?
Did you?
Yeah. Boop, boop.
I thought she specifically didn't want me to. Okay.
No, wait, what? I thought that the rule that you said was that if she doesn't bite it, she can't lick it closed. So she's been holding her leg.
Yep, that's what I heard.
You only had to drink it. You don't have to like keep holding on to the leg. You could set it down.
It's attached to her, so she
how
can't
do we
really.
close
The main thing was you can't lick a wound close unless it's from your fangs.
Yeah, so she's asking for
I
a Band-Aid.
close that. It had no knife in it. Okay.
Yeah. If you bite with a kiss, you can lick it closed. If it's any other kind of cut, your lick won't do anything.
Gotcha.
It's a slightly magical thing.
That's fine. Okay. Gotcha. Fair.
Like as far as vampires don't talk about magic, they just have their things. That's like a slightly metaphysical thing that happens with them.
In which case, yes, Dinah does have a first aid kit somewhere. It's just maybe buried under some shit because it has not been used in years. So she has one as like OSHA, but like no one's ever used it.
Yeah. Hey, well, first time for everything. Rebecca's gonna take some of those bandages and then text Luther and Abraham that, like, she's going to text them in a group text, I need to check both of your clothes.
I'll clarify for her. She says, like, you know, bring the outfits you wore the other night and meet us here. Right? Is that what you wanted?
I need to check both of your clothes from yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
The text.
Are you gonna go meet them, or are you telling them to go to Dinah's office?
Well, I mean, Dinah has to go back to her place to grab her clothes, so I have no preference as to where they meet.
I mean, it's a good place. Let's just say that, if everyone's okay.
The response will,
yeah,
of course,
sure.
be,
Let's do it.
The response will, of course, be okay with a question mark.
How about you, Luther?
Oh, how do I respond?
Yeah.
I just, they just said, grab your clothes and come over, right?
She will clear, yeah, from the party.
Yeah, he would text back KK, and he'd show up.
Alright. Eventually, all 4 of you are at Dinah's office with your your outfits from the other night. Please, for me, Luther, Abraham, and Dinah, describe them.
Dinah's was a really pretty glittery dress that she was singing in. So.
Do you need to know the colors or just like the?
Just accessories and items.
She had like a pearl necklace on.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been suit, 2-piece, tie, watch, cufflinks, sock shoes.
Yeah, entirely generic Walmart, like, Mardi Gras clothes with beads that probably got tossed the moment he left the bar. Like, and then maybe like nicer dress shoes, because that's what he's. Nah, he would have had tennis shoes.
All right,
and like
Rebecca,
a bunch of socks, because he wasn't entirely sure which pair of socks that he wore yesterday.
Rebecca, do you need to roll something to check these people?
Yeah, just prime one.
Roll it in order for Dinah, Abraham, and Luther.
All right, I'll go alphabetical. So Abe first.
That's fine.
The diff is 4 because 3 and then prime 1 is the highest. So for him, 2 successes. For Dinah, all of the damn successes.
That's fine.
Nice!
And because Luther is rolling, none.
So 5 for Dinah. And then Luther. No. Oh my god, no. No. No, my life, no.
Okay. You don't recognize any marks of following on any of them.
Okay.
Cool.
God damn.
That hurts a little bit.
Me a lot of it.
To be fair, it is not a triple botch, which is nice.
That's true. You did get 1 success. So
I got 2 successes.
Or 2.
And by that's nice, I mean I'm a little bit disappointed by that roll, to be completely honest.
Me too, man.
I don't even know if I plan on keeping these clothes.
Well, yeah, they're. I don't. You guys are clean.
Sorry, I just said they're all in one space. They can finish up the night with discussion.
I'm muted.
Is there some kind of reason why you had us all rush here and bring all of our clothes and found nothing?
Yeah. Well, because I put a trace on that guy's socks, and he put a trace on one of my bangles, and so I thought maybe he wasn't the only one who did that to, or who he did that to.
Well then, if he put it on your bangle, then does that mean he knows that we were outside the hotel room?
Do you perhaps need a place to stay for a few nights?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I could offer one of those.
I mean, as far as she's concerned, she could stay with the prince. That would be pretty safe.
I don't think she wants to stay with the prince.
I was offering a hotel, but that works too.
No, it doesn't work. I appreciate it. But
okay,
no,
I was offering a hotel.
Yes, please.
There's a couple hotels, he could easily get you a place.
I mean, all right, come on. If it wasn't for her, it would have taken a lot longer for us to find these technocrats or whatever, and I think we could do a little bit better than a hotel room and her by herself, don't you think?
I suppose that is up to her. Like, would you like to stay in a hotel? It's nice, it's expensive, it's fancy hotel, or you could stay with Luther if you want.
Or I didn't know this was going to be a fancy hotel. I mean, hey, come on. I mean, maybe it'd be best if I stay with the hotel there. Then it would just be safe.
I have a cat.
I think I can manage this.
Okay. I don't care. You can all come and stay at the hotel if you want. I have no preference.
It's ultimately it's your
Then
decision.
I want to, like, while we're having this discussion, text somebody and basically get a hotel set up and then be like, here's your confirmation number.
Fuck you and your 6 fucking dots of red.
It's at a point I don't even need to, like, really check. I'm just like, okay, cool. You paid for the points, whatever. Yeah. Abraham gets that set up for Rebecca.
Hey, thanks. That's really nice of you.
I mean, you went out of your comfort zone to do what we did the other night, so...
The thing is, they can do that with no problem, and then I give them weirder problems that neonates have.
That's great!
I know, yeah! Anyway, yeah. Rebecca,
Yeah,
you got a nice hotel room.
Yeah, thank you. If it weren't for, like, the weird mind shit when we first met, you would be a real sweetheart.
Theo tends to exaggerate, I had to be sure. You know I'm not lying.
Never been a more understated truth in the history of spoken word.
Like I was not entirely sure you weren't just a regular street magician.
Who says I'm not?
All right, well we got you a hotel. You've checked our articles of clothing. What else could we do? Should we? We have any context.
Maybe, like, if you don't have an attachment to them, I'd, like, burn them just in case. I don't know. That's what I did with mine.
Fine.
Nope, not burning mine. I'm sorry. This is a dress from the 60s, and I rather like it, so...
Okay, well, I mean, that is your prerogative. I'm not going to make you burn your dress.
Thank you.
But maybe keep it somewhere outside of the house away from you for the time being.
Yeah, like rent a storage unit for it.
Give it to a friend you don't like. Sorry.
We can figure something out. I'm just saying maybe don't keep it under the bed that you sleep under. You know what I'm saying, Dinah.
I know what you're saying.
And as far as you, Rebecca, are you going to need some type of security, or do you feel comfortable by yourself at the hotel?
Maybe an escort back to my place so I can just pick a couple things up. I'm sure they didn't like surprise visitors last night. I wouldn't like surprise visitors tonight.
I don't want to run off of cliches, but if you were to run in trouble, it would be you going back to your apartment right now.
So I'm sorry. I'm not made of hotels like this man, so I do need my clothes because...
He was planning on giving you this so you could give it to charity, but he pulls out the however much money he got from the auction and give it to you. You can get clothes, just make sure it's not too much, and then the rest of it needs to go down to Habitat for Humanity.
Are you guys all just rich as shit? Like, what's exactly...
I think the lowest I have is 3 resources, and it's 3 to 5 with 1 exception in Zabani.
Shit, I took 3. I thought I took 2.
To be fair,
you're all fucking like kind of rich.
I have been playing the stock market since it existed.
Yeah.
So
no, Abraham has a reason of being stupidly rich, but Luther, Dinah, Theo, Rebecca, you all have like decent money. I think even Bjorn has good money, and it's more in like I have almost like pirate treasure kind of bulk shit I can sell whenever I need to. Yeah, none of you are below 3 resources.
Yeah, I seriously thought too. I was like, nurse, 2 dots. That makes. Why do I have 3?
I kept mine down at 3 just for like low swings of if I lose a lot of bets, and then it's like I'm not up there, but
yeah, y'all are in a decent range of monetary resources.
Okay, so what are we doing next?
Yeah.
Well, getting ready for Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, because I missed last week because I was dying of the plague, we missed a game. I was hoping to have actual Fat Tuesday on Fat Tuesday. We'll have actual proper Fat Tuesday in-game, the big party time night of Mardi Gras next Tuesday. Sorry, it's a little off, but it's still gonna be fun. Who cares? Cause roleplay. I mean, it could have been like July, and I was like, we're gonna do Mardi Gras. I actually got it semi-actually in time. So next Tuesday will be proper Mardi Gras in-game. All of our characters will, finalize some of their background details, things they want to do, join some crews with a K, if you know Mardi Gras fun stuff. And we'll catch y'all up on that and some of the stuff they do in between this last weird night following a technocrat mage. Down below on Twitch and YouTube, we have our links for Discord. On Twitch, we have our link for YouTube as well. Definitely the Discord, though, if you want to join and hang out with us, we're there all the time talking about not only World of Darkness, VTM, etc., etc., etc. We talk about D&D, role-playing games in general, and we just have a good time. We got meme channels and all that good stuff. Everything you want. And then, of course, if you don't get to catch us live on Twitch, we have all of our episodes uploaded on YouTube later. And I just, again, want to always thank everyone who catches us live on Twitch. We really love you guys coming out and chatting with us. It's super awesome. We love to see you get excited about the game. All of our YouTube watchers who don't get to see us live, I understand, timing wise, can't necessarily catch us live, but when you leave comments, we fucking love it. We really appreciate you guys saying, like, what characters you like and scenes you think are super cool. We fucking love that shit, and I just want to really thank you guys for being involved one way or another, saying you like when Dr. Kim does such and such in New York by Night, with our new game, New Orleans by Night, when you guys go, I can't wait to see what happens next. It's the best. We love it, and we love you guys. So we will see you soon. Our D&D campaign is coming up. We will be announcing dates and stuff in our Discord channel. We might even be getting another game starting soon. And generally anytime we do one-shots or new games or whatever else, we'll all announce them in Discord. So check us there. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Fat Tuesday. We will see you next week to wrap up the actual Fat Tuesday of our in-game time. Love you all. Bye.
Bye, bye, boo.
Bye.